Hello everybody, welcome to CPL Match of the Week. It's Wednesday, the best day for CPL Match of the Week. Well, I think so anyway. I'm Neblime, here with me is Sate Zero. Sate Zero, how you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, it's been a while. Even if you told me to say hello, I would have just obliged. It's been a while. I was going to play into your hands, but you're a whole new person now.
We've broken down his resistance. What do you mean I'm a whole new person? What do you mean by that?
You're just so responsible. You're not trying to force me to bend to your will. You're accommodating.
Oh, yeah, I didn't tell you what to do. All right, Sate Zero. Well, what if I say, tell us how you feel about playoffs?
I mean, it's early in, and I managed to catch some of the catch you guys did yesterday, which VODs are available if you missed it.
Of course.
But that 4-0 score, that's not how you start playoffs. That's not how I want to start playoffs.
Let's get into that. So, today we're continuing the same match as yesterday. Korean Mechanics versus Coach-Pupil Lifeguards. And as Sate Zero says, in Tier 2... Korean Mechanics, they just rolled on through. I'm trying to think of a clever, mechanic metaphor, but I already used one in the announcement. I've got to think of a new one. Their fine-tuned, well-maintained play just pushed Coach-Pupil Lifeguards into the deep end of the pool. Just like, they walked past casually, just pushed them, didn't even look at them. That's kind of how it felt, because Coach-Pupil Lifeguards only took a single map. And look, I know, Sate Zero, you say this isn't how you want it to be, but I got to tell it how it is. That Tier 2 is one-sided. So today we're going to move into Tier 1. Is Coach-Pupil Lifeguards going to be able to bring it back? Let's just have a quick look at the bracket again. So, on the left is where we are. And you can see we're on Korean Mechanics, first Coach-Pupil Lifeguards. Whoever advances out of this one will play 2 Fact 2 Furious to try and get to the finals. But for now, we're just focusing on the Tier 1. First team to 10 wins is the one who advanced. And so, we're going to see who that's going to be. Not quite today, not quite enough games if it's a 5-0. But we're going to see what the score is going to be. You ready, Sate Zero?
I am, but I'm just going to say, given a look at some of the players we're having here in Tier 1, I'd say this has a much better chance of being a dramatically closer set of games, We're seeing some very strong players on both sides, and definitely a couple of people, especially for Coach-Pupil Lifeguards, I think, can pull out, get some stuff on the board.
Yeah, I think so. Well, let's jump into our first game and see what they're bringing. I am keen.
No, you're Neblime.
Oh, no! No! No.
We got him.
You can't do this to me. Alright. 1 second here. Alright. In the top right, in the white, we have a Tentat. And in the bottom right, in the red, we have ash.Return. A Tentat here hold on, Sate Zero. A Tentat here for Coach-Pupil Lifeguards. ash.Return here for Korean Mechanics. Okay, say what you're going to say.
I was going to say, I do not recall ash.Retur's name at all. Is this a mid-season join? Like, where did this guy come from?
Well, I guess you've been out of the loop because I've definitely cast him before. I believe he's actually been CPL 8 from the start, but if so, definitely his first CPL. But I've seen some good results. I think I like this player, but we'll see what they bring today. But definitely, this is not their first rodeo. Did not join just for playoffs. It's not like you go through the season and then you're like, okay, this S-rank player wants to join. S-rank, did I say S-rank? No, it's actually C, so we're going to add him to the team at Tier 1 and, yeah, see what happens. No, it's not like that, I promise. He is legit. He's been here at least from very early on, not from the start, so he deserves his place. So, like I was saying, Tentat is here. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, sorry, my overlay. Well, this is a quick update for you. That the score, as I said, is 4-0. I just had that turned off, so there you go. But there you go, now we know. So like I was saying, sorry, a Tentat here for Coach-Pupil Lifeguards. I mean, I don't know what order the games were played in reality, but for us, the Zergs, the underdog, has to bring a match back for the team. They've got to get something on the board at this point, right?
Yeah, I mean, are you seeing this opening already? The fast scout after the pylon, just wanted to see if you need to build that forge, gets in there, turns to be hatchery first, delaying it so much. You can already see, like, a lot of money building it for a tent that didn't want to opt to the pool instead. It's just going to take the hatchery at the third location. And ash.Return, you get to start with your nexus super comfortable here, get to know you mess with your opponent a little bit without actually doing anything. Feels great.
Yeah, I mean, I think on a two-player map it makes sense to just go block immediately, and like you say, if it's a pool, it's just like, well, okay, sending the pro belly doesn't actually hurt you, because then you know what you need to defend, so I like it. Even in TVZ, I've done that kind of thing, where it's just like, you show up, they're trying to build a hatchery, and it's like, oh, I'm going to be annoying now. Drone comes up. That is a interesting position for a forge, but hey, these are tier 1 players. Honestly, I think I said it in the cast yesterday, the level of play from those tier 2 players was insane. Even though it was one-sided, both sides were really playing very well. So I'm expecting even more of these tier 1s, right? And the tier 0 is basically going to look like ASL at this rate.
Well, I mean, realistically, think about some of the past ASL we've had. Especially as you go through the season, get time with your coaches, you try to get the playoffs. Tier 3 and Tier 2 look very scary. That's the reason I think as we go through the seasons, players that stick around, they tend to get promoted, and pretty rapidly at that.
Yeah, that is true. Well, definitely, at the end of the season, there's a reckoning as well about who needs to promote or not. I don't know what I mean by the end of the seasoning. We're sprinkling salt all over our cheese or something. I don't know.
Salt over. Whoa, hold up. What are you making? That's your game plan? Jesus Christ.
Okay, so we do see the cannon coming up. It's an odd wall, but I think it'll make sense in the fullness of time. Now the question is, they're going to go for the lair here. I think they probably are, especially with this probe still hanging around. There's not really much you can do to hide this. Well, let's move it out. So again, it matters what order these were played because, if you know your team's so down, you might try something a bit crazier. And like I was saying in the cast yesterday, in playoffs, you tend to bring a little bit crazier builds. And we did see some stuff yesterday. Oh, this probe, though. Well, it's kind of
definitely. When you know the games really matter, you get to find out what kind of player you really want to be. Like, you're playing the ladder, you're playing regular season, you're playing all those kind of things, but it's like, you don't want to be that guy that's like, we lost by 1 and you like threw away with some like silly stuff. So, so I think a lot of people like being conservative, but that makes it the perfect time to get the cheese out into play.
But you really want to be that guy who's like, well, I 2-0'd because I 4-pulled him twice. You want to be that guy. Oh, this probe, nice mineral walk. It's getting bullied there by that drone, but it does get out. It needs to keep that alive as long as possible. Oh my gosh, no! What did I just say, Azidahaki? You had one job. Well, okay, he sent the Zealot across, though. This is a bit of an issue, though, with the Zealot. You can't see how many lings are being made without the probe there, and the probe helps fight a lot. But a Zealot on its own is still kind of threatening.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's up, though. Like, even if the probe died pretty quickly, you still have the basic idea of what your opponent's doing here. So, Cybercore is now being finished. We'll see what Protoss wants to go from here. It would make sense to go for Corsairs. I think, like, with the fast lair, you don't want to be really just blindsided by any kind of Spire play. So, okay. I think if you went Citadel, I'd be very surprised.
Look, honestly, this pull, by the way, at the third, like, that's huge damage, honestly, just from this one Zealot, which, this Zealot is going to die, but he's going to get up a link, so it was well worth it for Protoss. Another Zealot already on the way. Okay, there we go, he's starting to get that damage in on those lings, and they can only fit one at a time, because it's kind of mismicroed here. They're just waiting in the queue. This Zealot doing so much damage. Oh my gosh, can you really not fit 2 there? Oh my god, are you kidding me? How many lings has he killed? Oh, barely doesn't get that last one. And meanwhile, one in the main here as well. Just these few Zealots putting in so much pressure on the Zerg here. And a Tentet not really prepared for this. The full scout as well. Sees the Spire. Oh my god. A Tentet in so much trouble right now.
Yeah. And I think really importantly right here, you see the Spire, you didn't see a Hydra Den at any of the bases. You got to see everything you're looking for here. And actually should have been able to see that, like, this is a very low amount of links. Even, getting that link speed early, but not that many really floating around the map trying to deny scouting or anything. So, I don't know. Like, I think
you see that Zealot? That poor Zealot. Shame on that Zealot. He wasn't able to kill a single drone. The drones just kind of out-microed him. But still, denied some mining and made Zerg respond to that. But yes, what you say is true. That scout is absolutely huge. And like you say, the Stargate coming up, you're going to be well situated for this. I mean, Azidahaki opening really strong here.
I mean, I kind of like what I'm seeing on both sides, though. You got a little bit of time to play with, I think. We see the air armor coming up for these Spire units, but also actually committed to the +1 air weapons, which sometimes you do that a little bit earlier just to try to get it, but, knowing that it's probably going to be a little more relevant here, still starting at, like, I feel like there's a lot of players that wouldn't want it, like, either do it right away or they just never do it. So I like seeing that, like, the reaction, kind of getting an idea of what your opponent's doing, and see if you can mess with them. I'm not so sure about sending 2 more Zealots out. I guess, like, if you force more units to be made, but, like, we're pretty far in at this point. Like, I don't think they're going to get that much damage done. You still don't have a lot of gateways. You don't be throwing away units too crazy.
The way I see this is it is forcing a Tentat to at least show these Mutalisks, and actually that's a great cue for Dahaki to have. Yes, it's one thing to see the Spire, but it's very common, of course, so just get some Scourge and then goes up to their 5 or 6 hatch, but seeing these Mutalisks, you know that you really are just going on that Corsair production, so I think it was worth it for these 2 Zealots. And 3 Corsairs already out. I mean, I don't know. I'm surprised that 10-10 even went for Mutalisk with having that scouted, but Dahaki's like going to be ready. This is probably going to be a Mutalisk slaughter. The Corsairs going to show themselves, maybe somewhat unwisely. I mean, it might have made sense to hide him, but that said, it's not like Corsairs come in and one-shot things. They take a minute to do the damage. Mutalisk trying to engage here. Scourge on their way across the map. Okay, these Corsairs are smartly going to retreat. They need to hang around to the cannons. No, they're not smart. They're not the smartest unit at all. Okay, there we go. They get taken out by a nice Muta shot as well. The Scourge connecting. Now Zerg doing a lot of damage. 2 more Corsairs available, not joining the fight, unfortunately. Coming in now. Okay, these Mutalisks will retreat. That was a
I wonder if that was holding it back just a little bit to not reveal how heavily they've been investing in them. But
well,
see, this is the kind of the problem I was worrying about, though. Like losing those Corsairs, obviously not part of the plan. It kind of goes off, but like the moment since those 2 Zealots got cleared up, look at the drone scout shot from 21 to 38 in the span of like a minute. So that's what I'm always kind of worried about when you do these little pokey moves, and it's like you lose something you probably couldn't afford to. Zerg just gets to know, oh, I can do whatever I want. Awesome.
Yeah, I'd love to see Protoss get a Dark Templar out here with this double Stargate. I think you really got to utilize that. And Overlord Speed's still not done at the moment. And the number of Corsairs, despite losing those 2, double Stargate production is really building up to the point where Scourge are not going to be able to cut it. So, I mean, Protoss needs to kind of get out here before the Hydra count is too high, because obviously Hydra's not going to have any issues shooting up at Corsairs. These Mutas engaging, I mean, I guess their value is going to be pretty low because of how many Corsairs there are. Nice moving shots here. Wow, really nice micro Bazzy Dahaki. That's really hard to do. Getting a lot of damage to those Mutalisks, but they're not that well clumped, so they do get out just fine. And you know what? They forced Dahaki to show the Corsair count as well. So, oh, the Scourge coming in for round 2. Oh, great connections. Gets 3 Corsairs. Once again, reducing that count so much. Well, now I agree with you that Zerg can do whatever they want, because Dahaki's been pretty profligate with these Corsairs.
Yeah, and really, you got to think of the opportunity cost. Investing in the second Stargate, making this many units, it delayed the Templar Archive so much. Storm just getting started. And this is also delaying the Robo, which we see Lurker aspect about halfway done. Robo is not even started yet, so really soon, like, this third base from Ozzy Dahaki, it seems... I hope he doesn't find it, because I have no idea how you actually defend it.
Well, I assume some DTs will pop out to defend it. Surely that's the only play here. I mean, look, on the one hand, yes, Zerg has crushed these Corsairs, right, and they're looking really good, but they don't have that many Hydras out to come and attack. Granted, there's no Storm, but say you had, like, ADT, it could really do a lot here. And Zerg doesn't know that he doesn't, so... I think the third is the right move here, just because he's too weak to actually attack the Zerg, not because the third is necessarily good to take. And, he can't just let Zerg do whatever they want. Look how many probes are out right now. If Protoss can secure this, they're going to have a great income. They can spam out a lot of Zealots. But the gate count's still kind of low right now. Only up to 6, if you count the one at the natural, which, I'm sure is not that long for this world. I'm looking at this in City. That gateway really needs to go. The way it's set up. I mean, these Scourge, the Hunters become the Hunted. Or has it? No, yeah, okay, they killed him.
Yeah, +1 armor only does so much. But when the Corsairs are... There's plenty, and they got +1. You can kind of not worry about nearly as much as we saw in the early game.
Well, now Overload Speed is done. There's a lot of Hydras out. These Corsairs really are just defending against Mutalisks and such. They're not going to be able to do much harass unless something's distracting these Hydras. But hey, the cannons are getting up at the third. It looks like it's going to be up with no issue here. Now, where are the Templars? They're just coming out now. Surprised you didn't build these earlier. Don't kill the pylon. I was talking about this yesterday. No! Kill the gateway! Oh my gosh. Well, now there's just this narrow slot that Protoss can try out with. Oh, the Scourge find the third. That's huge, actually. I assume this will trigger a big move out from Zerg.
I mean, you see how far forward these Corsairs are, but that many Lurkers being morphed over the third base here, it's going to be a problem. The Robo just about to finish, so observers will be close, but not quite close enough, and Dragoon range is still pretty far off as well. Definitely a big opportunity, and Nitha is going to move out to the map. If not bringing everything with them from the natural and the third, will these Corsairs be able to buy any time? I really don't see how they can.
No, this just looks crushing from a 10-tat. There's so many Hydras and coming out, and the Lurkers too. The problem I see here is if you put the Lurkers between the natural and third, Protoss cannot reinforce, and that third is not narrow enough that cannons will be able to defend it. Hydras will kill that. And Dahaki has no choice but to retreat into the natural here, but oh no, the Hydra Lurker contain... It's inevitable. Okay, he needs to spread those Lurkers. Where's the Storm's at? There's a decent Storm, and he hits one. Some are still clumped, but forced to pull back in this narrow location. Oh, so much damage from those few volleys. He needs to kill this gateway, man. I know I said it already, but please. This gateway cannot live, and Protoss wins this game. It's incompatible. There, I said it. I said it. It's cursed.
I just love that your love for properly good SimCity. As the third gets attacked, the Hydra are going to move forward. A lot of cans here. But we'll see it, like where they go. This might be enough to power through, trying to panic and redo this, but you can't like use your units from the natural to help defend this. And like Teta not really getting too crazy, like still mostly keeping that contained, gonna send over the second group over. And I don't think there's gonna be enough cans. I think this starts under some very real threat. It's gonna force the, Ozzy Dahaki to move out,
but
or
there's
just
no
give it
observer,
up.
so that's that. It's done deal. And look, he did misjudge a little, but I think it's very smart of a Tentat to send a minimal force over here so that Dahaki can't suddenly be attacking and break out. But yeah, this is all you need to do really. And from here, I don't know what Dahaki even does. There's a pretty decent army, but like there's so many lurkers here. Granted, they need to be spread a bit more. But how are you ever going to get out and fight in here? This is just... Look how many units are streaming across the map.
Well, here comes the big move out. It's going to be the attempt. So many lurkers spread out pretty well
Nice
as well.
storm.
Good form, though.
Really nice storm there. And more lurkers coming in, though. And it's just a few goons and Templars back here. Protoss forced to retreat already. Hardly even getting anything accomplished. Oh, no. This is just a disaster for Protoss here. Trying to storm as best they can. But, yeah, there's not much to do here. That many lurkers. I mean, okay, again, Tentat really needs to spread these. If some good storms go down, maybe breaking through is possible. Oh my gosh, they're doing so much damage.
Did you forget about those Hydras over to third? Now they're going to be able to come back to that contain that the job is done. Like, it was baby borderline, but too many Zealots have been lost at this point. You can even see, like, when you're only reinforcing Zealots, like, you're not going to have more storms be added on. You don't have Dracoons, and you're still choked up by these buildings at natural. Like, realistically,
yeah, yes, it's those buildings at the natural, that's right. That particular building that causes some issues. But anyway, that's not, like, the main reason he's losing the game, to be fair. It's not like... If he killed the gateway, he would instantly win, but still. Okay, he's going to come out here again. No storms on that Templar. One in the back has energy. Where's he going to cast it? Goes on the Hydras, but they kind of just run forward and kill everything anyway. Zerg doesn't really mind at this point. Fourth base coming up here, as so many Hydras continue to be rallied. I mean, Zerg just set their rally point here. All the Overlords are here. Zealots are just like free money for Zerg almost at this point. I mean, look at them.
Yeah, and even as it keeps going on, Zerg is taking the fourth base. Like, they've been doing pretty decent, like, just keep building up a decent army, like, not overextending on drones or going too crazy. I would have liked to see a move towards the Hive, but, I mean, at this point, like, this is already pretty locked up.
Did you see those goons shooting that lurker? 2 of them had a 1 in 256 miss. So, everything going wrong for the Protoss right now. Corsairs coming in, but they can't shoot ground, so... Where's the D-Webs? No, these Corsairs are not going to live.
Where's the D-Webs?
Yeah, man, that's how you get out of this situation. Honestly, that actually might be pretty strong, but it's no time.
Oh, you're just gonna invest in that fleet beacon. You just got
that's
time and money for that fleet beacon.
It's only 200 gas, and I don't know how much D-Web costs, like 150 or something. I don't know. Okay, the buildings are gonna fall, but I think it's too late, and Zerg's gonna come and help with that. Thanks, Zerg. He actually did shoot that forge a little, but yeah, no, I think Protoss's lifeblood is already spent here. They're just a husk of what they formerly were. These Hydras coming in, hitting these cannons even. Trying to break through. Maybe a Tentat won't even wait.
Yeah, and always what I'm looking for in these kind of games, Tentat in such a good spot. He moved all those Overlords to all these other bases just to make sure it's like, you're still hanging around. Did you sneak something? Like, what's going on here? If there was drops, he's going to be able to see it. It confirms it's just these 2 bases. He can put all the focus on his contain.
Yeah, I suppose it would be too sneaky to try and retake the third. You just lost to Hydras, so he didn't put anything there, but I don't know. What if that happened? You could hide a probe. That's something I'd try and do, honestly, in TVP.
Oh, you're just going to walk a probe through that contain just somehow?
No, he could add a shuttle. He could add a shuttle. It's perfectly possible. Oh my god, look how many lurkers are here, and he's still making more. Tentat, really mackering. Yeah, bringing out so many Hydras. Storming those clumped lurkers, doing what he can, but he needs way more Templar.
Well, look what happened in the main for Protoss. Mined out. You're on 1 base economy now. They're playing from bad to worse. I mean, it was already like worse. This like went from worse to a train wreck. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Well, can I steal a phrase I heard during our election over here?
Ooh, yes.
The wheel's still turning, but the hamster is dead. That's what's happening in this game here. Isn't that beautiful? Anyway. Yeah, the Protoss is trying to break out here, but it's just like a noble warrior's death for these Dragoons at this point. There's no real hope. There's a few Templars. I mean, look, technically, if Zerg just sits here and never attacks, and Protoss just storms with the same Templars over and over, eventually all the money on the map will be gone, but I don't think that's what we're going to see here. We have no Hive, though, I will say. Oh, great storm on those clump lurkers, though. Okay, Goons stepping forward again. The last Corsair falling. I say that, but there's one like right over here. Almost the last Corsair falling.
Well, I mean,
Ooh,
like what we're
damn.
seeing here, that is a good storm, but realistically, what we're seeing is just I'm so far ahead. You have to make something happen. I don't have to do nothing.
Oh,
the only chance you
service.
actually throw any of this loot, like throws away is to push more aggressively. So
Yeah.
it's at the showing the patience needed to not throw away anything stupid. Picks off a Templar. Still, most of your guys go forward. These L's not even involved.
3 observers fell in like 1 second there, and yeah, like we're still trying to get out here. It's just storm practice for Dahaki at this point. There were some great storms, but you can see there's just so much more behind here. Like, no matter how many you kill, and look how much is still rallying here. I am concerned that there's no hive, but I don't think it's going to matter ultimately. I just imagine if Protoss is coming out with, you know, +3 and there's no defilers or anything. But imagine if we had Dark Swarm and or Plague here. Oh my god, Plague would just be so devastating.
Or if you wanted to stay on this lair tech, this really aggressive style, a 5th base at this point. Like, you already established the 4th. Like, you know how you're trading units. It's all goons. They can't move out, not safely.
Well, like you're saying, Tentet just saying, like, okay, Protoss has to do something. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. It's on them to actually make something happen. And, you know, these goons starting to do some damage. But they
look at the natural. Look at the natural.
Oh,
there's
yeah.
12 minerals. There's 12 minerals. There's not even 400 banked up.
Yeah, no, these are all melting. Archon's trying to morph with futility. Oh no, in range of the lurkers too. This Hive just ready to pounce. Looks like a Tentat just moving right up in his face again. He doesn't want to loosen it at all. And yeah, these Hydras alone can do all the damage. More storms are available. Well, I think so. Actually, no, I think these guys have too little energy. Just gonna hug the enemy as usual. It's their main form of attack, but it has proved ineffective. GG. Zerg takes game 1. I'm surprised because it seemed like such a strong start from Protoss in that game.
I think that game really swayed. Like what I was saying, the moment like you lost 2 Corsairs, then you lost 4 Corsairs to Scourge, and you like didn't build up his armor. You kept throwing them out little by little. The moment he gave up the map control, and Tentat got to get all those drones up, and the thing that we didn't really talk about too much because of all the action that was happening with like that Protoss third and the attacks. Tentat was on 3 bases. Got a good work count, and just made an army. They were like committed to doing damage, shutting down the Protoss third, and I think a lot of Zergs don't fully play like that. So maybe our Protoss hero here was not ready for that to happen.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. All right, in the top left here, in the red, we have RC Dahaki, and the bottom left in the white, we have a Tentat. Currently up 1 game in this best of 3. We're here in Good Night on game 2. So again, RC Dahaki for Korean Mechanics. Gonna have to try hard to bring back and maintain the streak. Is a Tentat gonna break it? Finally get a point on the board for 4-pool Lifeguards. They need it pretty badly.
I mean, like you were saying, 10 gets you the win, so realistically, it's likely that someone's gonna take it, so, you know, why not a 10-10?
Don't curse it. Don't curse it. I remember, I think it was CPL 6. My team, like I think we lost 9 and then we won 10, like almost in a row. Maybe it was like 8 or something instead of 9, but it was really like that. Like we were down so far and we came back and actually won the first playoff rounds. So it happens.
It does happen, and I'm not cursing nothing. I'm just saying maybe I want a game 3. Maybe I don't want a Tentat to run over on this game, but just thinking about this map and how much I dislike it, and I know that the minigames can get kind of weird. If a Tentat does the style they just did, I think it's going to be pretty hard for Azitaki to deal with that again. Hopefully there's going to be some kind of adaptation in the gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was fine conceptually. It's just that losing those Corsairs quite literally, like, that was the main issue. I feel like if you keep those alive and they can do the damage, I mean, I feel like it can still happen.
Well, conceptually, look at this very different opening from a Tentat. That's a pool. That's not an overpool either. That is, we're throwing some legs. We're getting some aggression on.
There's no gas down. I'm not interested. I'm just looking at the probe on the map. It's not 9-pool speed. It's just the regular 9-pool. Is Zerg really going to kill him with this? Well, okay, we do see a second scout. I thought it was going to be a second scout. Are we going to see a second scout? Because, yeah, it does seem kind of greedy of Protoss to only scout with 1, and this actually might come back to bite him, although the cannon did go up immediately, so I guess choosing to play blind and play safe for playing blind instead of double scouting and trying to be greedy. So I think Protoss will be fine here. As long as they just pull a few probes, you know, get the gateway down, it shouldn't be an issue.
Well, I mean, you gotta see it. You gotta know to pull the probes. That is kind of thing. You're gonna have 6 lanes head to your base reasonably soon, so do have to be careful about that, but yeah, if this doesn't like do the damage, you know, it does put you a little bit behind as Zerg. So I think Azitaki, as long as you're willing to realize that. I think that's where people get in trouble. You just get too greedy. Like, I don't want to pull probes. And you can see, having to split them up because he doesn't know where the opponent is, and I don't like this at all. I think you just take the guess. I think you take the guess.
Yeah, because if it's cross position, you probably can't do anything anyway, so... And look, I don't think there's any way for a Tentat to do this, especially losing that one link. So yeah, well, more links coming out. I don't know if those are just to kill the probes. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this at all. This definitely looks pretty bad for Zerg right now. I would say one thing in Tier 2 as well, we're seeing a lot of hesitance with these early lings where I think if you get the 6 together and you just try and either run by or get the cannon, you just gotta give it a go, even though it looks dicey sometimes. Because if you just hesitate, you know, your lings will get shot and you'll miss your timing. But now, I mean, there's no way. Although, I don't know why Dahaki's sending this home. This may be a mistake. Wait, these lings can get by on the right. Someone needs to block that. Wait, no, what? It's tight? No, see, I knew it.
Yeah, no, that's what I was looking at with this. It feels like all this is like up maybe 1 hex too much. Okay, it feels like there actually can be opportunity if you want to try to go through. But Tentat back at home, just grabbing their 3rd hatchery, and you know, you start with an opening, it's a try to be aggressive. It doesn't work that great. I feel like the only real thing you can do as Zerg here, go for those 3 hatch Hydra. Just see what happens.
But it's going to be so much weaker than if you did a normal opening. Is that really what you want to do here?
I mean, a normal opening, you're already kind of in bad spot. Your opponent got to scout you. You didn't get any pressure done, and like you only made them make the 1 can. It's not even like that to overreact to be safe. Like this is already kind of a bad beat. We do see that Hydra Den on the way, so that thinking short term as well. I think realistically it's a good chance, and it's like you're already up the first game. If it doesn't go that bad, you know, risk this one off. Go back to how you played in game 1 for game 3.
Well, you made the point about the Protoss wall being a bit further back, but it's not good against Lings, but against Hydras it's actually probably more favorable because the Hydras have to advance into a more narrow location. That said, this cannon is right at the front, so I don't know, maybe this will work. And Dahaki did mysteriously send their scout probe home, which I think was just a mistake. You need that intel 100%, so maybe it gets through without being scouted. I was worried about that forge there for a minute, by the way, but it does keep the THB. Zealot's coming out now, though. I mean, this is going to force the Tentat to do something. Dahaki loves sending these Zealots across.
I mean, sending 3 in a group like this, force some kind of reaction to get a scouting. I like this move out a lot more than what we saw in the last game. Even though that one hero Zealot up at the 3rd base did a lot of damage. This is going to see what's going on. So if you're going to do this attack regardless, maybe that's why you pull the probe back, because he knows by the time he needs to know the info, he's going to have it. And look at this. With everything being slowed down here, I think the opponent taking the guess that it isn't going to be a lair tech play, going for Citadel first.
Colony's coming up here, by the way. Oh, cancelled when he realizes, wait a minute, this is just like early game Zealot move out, so I don't need that. Drone's going to try and help fight a bit. Going to do some critical damage, but nice micro from Dahaki so far. Oh my gosh, keeping all these Zealots alive and absolutely slaughtering those Lings. Maybe a Tentat should have made those colonies, because now this is big trouble. A couple of these Zealots are really low, but they're getting in the main here. Going to find this Hydra Den, if nothing else. Okay, do not engage with the injured Zealots. I can't see this. Overlord needs to get out of the way. The 2 injured Zealots get instantly deleted there, unfortunately. Dahaki and micro not maintaining. Doing his best with this one Zealot. Looks like he's going to get taken out pretty easily, though. Still pretty efficient with those Zealots, forcing so many Lings. But the Hydra Den was not revealed. Miraculously.
No. Now, the only thing is, like, if you want to be like, let's really churn the gears of mind games, right? You make the colonies, you fake the colonies, you try to be... That says, like, oh, I'm trying to tech up, I'm trying to get something done.
Yeah. But
getting in far enough, he didn't see the Hydra, but he saw no lair.
And he saw no additional hatcheries too, so I would agree that it seems kind of obvious. And here comes the second cannon, but I don't know if he reacted that quickly. I mean, look, it's one thing to say that, yes, you can infer at almost 100% this is what's going on, but we don't have the smoking gun. He did not see the Hydra Den, but now he knows. I mean, okay, this is your smoking gun right here. I'm kind of surprised that Tentat revealed them like that, because they're not really attacking either, but the numbers are going to build up here. And like I said, this cannon is unfortunately quite far forward for Protoss. I feel like a Tentat needs to hit now. The Lings to distract the Zealots or block them, and the Hydra should be able to hit that back cannon, but he's kind of missing his window, because as these additional cannons warp in, it's going to get harder and harder.
Yeah, I mean, still, Templar Archive's not finished yet, so you got time before Storm. We're going to poke forward a little bit. Range is done, so you could try these things, but yeah, this time keeps going on. These cannons kind of keep getting to finish up. You see the gateways in the main are going to be able to help reinforce as well, so...
Yeah.
That, like, 21 drones, very committed, I think, at this point, to trying to get something done. We see another hatchery going down behind this, but still no lair tech. This is... Yeah, I don't think... I don't know if you have to win off this right now, but I think you do have to get something done. Otherwise, you're just too far behind in too many ways.
Force a lot more cannons anyway. And look, this is these speed zealots coming out actually already want to fight. Although, I don't know about this. There's a lot of links there to add a lot of damage, and that's like enough Hydras. Yeah, no, they're going to have to retreat there, but you can see that threat is there. Dahaki can just bring those out. If the Hydras start hitting, which here they go, prompts the attack. But this thing, the cannons are so far forward, they're easy to pick off. And that Ling even just runs right through, not even blocked, doing its own damage. And these Zealots having a hard time getting engaged. Zerg actually kills all the cannons just like that. Protoss continues to make them right pressed up against the wall, which I don't know about that. But, I mean, the Zealots aren't even buying the time. Does Protoss just break through instantly?
I mean, we do see Templars even having the force to make Archons. Storm not nearly done yet. Got plenty of time left over on this. Zealots all getting cleared out. And what's being made out of those gateways in the main? We got a couple Zealots on the way. I don't think that Archons going to really help. You already do great damage to this probe line, but... oh, you're going to be able to get further. You're going to be able to get something done. Storm's nearing there. There's there'll be one Storm available. Going to be able to take out this Nexus, it looks like. Oh man, yeah. Tenta somehow found the window, and that Zealot move out might have been it when we saw that with speed.
Well, I guess when I was saying he needs to make Protoss make more cannons, Zerg's like, yeah, that's right, Protoss should make more cannons. Because those ones pressed up against the wall did not do much. Nice Storm, but it's too late. The Nexus falling. There's no way for Protoss to come back here. Like, you're just giving your warriors honorable deaths here. GG. That makes it a 2-0. So there we go. A Tentat finally taking one for Coach-Pupil Lifeguards. That puts total match score at 4-1 Korean Mechanics way. It finally happened.
All right. Ignoring, how that kind of went, the cam placement, we were talking about how that could go well. Do you think that Protoss would have held that if you just didn't work? Archon had 3 Storms available. Would that have been enough to maybe hold that?
No, because the Nexus still would have died and nothing else matters. You lose that natural Nexus, it's hard to even conceive of Protoss winning that game after that.
I agree with that. Just, I don't know. It's
and
just
all the
crisis management.
It's not like, TVP or something where, like, the Terran sieging you out, you run away, you come back and take it, and you got the probes. Like, the probes were all dead. Like, there was no way. There was no way to come back there. Maybe if a DT, like, just kills all the drones or something, that would be the only thing I can imagine. But yeah, pretty doomed situation, honestly, once that natural falls.
Yeah, seems reasonable. And attempt that comment in the chat for supply block. That is
clever.
That's
so smart. Oh, I didn't even realize. I'm sitting here like, what's he doing? But he's just next level. All right. Well, we're moving into our next game here. In the top right, in the white, we have Vape Cloud Forte, aka just Forte. And the bottom right, in the magenta, we have Seraph. We have a ZVZ on our hands here. Forte for Korean Mechanics, and Seraph here for Coach-Pupil Lifeguards. So, we're into our next match. My phone keeps pinging me saying I'm using data. I'm like, am I streaming off my phone's data or something? What's going on right now? But yes, a ZVZ.
Yeah, we got the ZVZ now, classic matchup for CPL. We get a little bit of shenanigans. There's always that spicy chance that we get some stuff that you don't want to watch, but I think on Butter at least we're going to get something a lot more typical.
I've explained myself before, right? It's fine if it makes sense. If it's actually winning you the game, I'm fine with whatever you're doing. But if you could have won so easily, you're just wasting time. That's what I'm not okay with, okay? So we'll see what happens here. I mean, the players on my team are like the biggest proponents of the Hydra ZVZ, so it was hard to survive that. But yes, probably gonna end up customizing the game sooner or later.
I mean, look what we're seeing already from these two players. We got the extractor trick from Seraph. Forte just building up, so it looks like it's gonna just be 9 hatch. Yeah, he's gonna build in the base, so big Ling pressure is gonna be heading our way from Forte. Seraph still building up what they got as well.
Ooh,
yeah, here we go.
Hatch. More advanced, perhaps. So, like, theoretically, the 10 hatch is just ever so slightly advantaged in this situation, right?
I would assume so. Theoretically,
guys, to the Terran and the Protoss player watching ZVZ, and we're like, what does it mean?
I think it means both players acknowledge that when this map without ramps is just a pain in the ass, the whole pressure on. That's what I think it means.
I will point out that the rush distance is actually really long, given it's a 2-player map. So that might be a factor, but... Well, I'm thinking about this. If you go 9 pool, I assume it's still pretty good against 9 hatch. I assume there would still be a window to do good damage, compared to, say, 12 hatch than that, right? But either way, I think, the hatch is a good option here. Like you say, no ramp, and the long rush distance that gives you time to get it up, right? And really for those lava to kick in, so... Well, we'll see what the deviation is here, right? Because so far it's almost mirrored. Not quite mirrored, but almost mirrored.
Yeah, one of the biggest things I'm seeing as a deviation, looking forward to his building placement. Actually making a nice little nook for maybe a sunken or your spire when you need to later, make it a little harder to attack while Surf is a little more out in the open.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot more sense, right? Because with the way Surf's set up, there's no way one Sunken can defend that hatchery as well as everything else. So, yeah, that is a good point. Although I don't know if there was a good setup available for Seraph here. Because I don't know if we're going to have the creep spread to put a spawning pool in a comparable position here. I really don't know. That's City. But okay, both players just making lings. I mean, this looks like it's going to be a pretty short and straightforward game. Like, it's just going to be ling versus ling.
Well, you want your deviation. Seraph got the jump very significantly getting ling speed, so there's definitely going to be a window where maybe you get surround, maybe you get the chance to do counterattack, but both players are going to move out here. Seraph with their 8, and that means Forte has more as it keeps moving forward, willing to be aggressive first.
Zogrush in chat just pointing at their name. Nice. Perfect. Yeah, interesting that Seraph is taking the defensive posture here. I mean, the Overlord is scouted, right? So you know what's going on. And theoretically, that gives Seraph the advantage if Forte engages, and Forte just gives away a ling or two for free immediately. Already, Seraph taking a great advantage here. 2 lings is actually huge in this situation, although a couple lings getting left behind. Okay, here we go. And Seraph is with the ling speed, right? Ooh. Okay, a bit of an even engage there. Both sides kind of picking up some isolated lings, but Seraph gets separated, and Forte actually takes the efficiency in that case, even if the absolute number of lings is pretty similar. So things swing back to a bit even, but again, Seraph has this rally advantage, being right in his base, so I don't know if Forte should continue pressing attack here. These lings are going to get cleaned up if they don't get out of here. Oh, speed's done for Seraph. These lings are not going to make it home.
Forte's about to finish up, but look what Forte did back at home. Did make that sunken. Will be able to protect against the counterattack. Seraph has no intention to do anything similar, and actually, Seraph not mining gas at all. Forte going back into it. Maybe want to transition to lair sooner rather than later.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, this does give Seraph the initiative. Yes, you can probably defend with, you know, this sunken 2-hatch ling production, but it gives Seraph the choice. You know, are they going to go for just a lot of lings and try and kill you? Are they just going to go for the expand? All the options are open to Seraph, whereas Forte is completely committed on this path right now. Well, that said, no lair actually came up, so maybe not. What is that? Another creep colony. Forte just doesn't want to die. Imagine playing CVC and not wanting to die.
Well, Forte has the Overlord in the base, saw that no gas to be mined until very recently, so you need to survive this lane pressure. You know it's the only thing coming. Yeah,
decent engage here for Forte, but it's a bit hard with that surface area. Not that many links here, and the gas is under threat. I guess that's why you had to get the sunken. Well, that other sunken might fall, but the link's kind of getting distracted, not hitting anything near that other sunken, but there's so many left over. This might be enough to do big damage, but they're not targeting drones or anything. They're all just targeting their own building. They're not doing any real damage here. Okay, finally targets drones. Not going to get a single one. Really missed opportunity there by Seraph. There were like 10 lings left over. I really feel like he could have got many drones, but alas, no real damage went down at all. Just traded away all the lings. But we do see the natural coming up for Seraph, and a lair not too far behind his opponent, so it's really still a pretty good advantage for Seraph here.
Yeah, I mean, Forte does have a pretty good gas bank built up, and notably ahead, still has those 2 sunkens at mostly most of their health. Like, they're not like on the verge of death, they're well over half still, so I think you're going to be able to rush to that spire and get that air control pretty quickly here, which, I mean, is that going to force Seraph to have to go for Evo Chamber? Is that enough of a window, or is he just not going to care?
I mean, I think Seraph here can survive. I don't think you need spores here, but I don't know, it's hard to judge. Okay, the spire going down. Well, let's see. How far away is this lair? Ooh, it would be dicey. I don't know. Thing is, if you come in here as Forte and you start hitting drones when your opponent's mutas are morphing, what if they just hatch and suddenly like get on top of your mutas and take the engage? If I were Forte, I would feel kind of scared to try it, but that's not to say it's not the move that might win the game. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I mean, even still, like, at the very least, you know where one of the Overlords is. You should be able to pick some of those off. Like, if you get any idea that there's something over at that natural, you got the ridge to play with. You don't think it to be super committed to where it's like they're just going to pop and it's like you're going to be really in a big trouble.
No, I'm looking at this and I changed my mind. I think Seraph definitely is safe not going for spores here.
Yeah, no, it's like I wasn't sure at the time, but here is that Evo Chamber.
Okay, well, I mean, he doesn't agree, so... I mean, the thing is, that kind of helps block lings as well, though it's not really in the perfect position for that. It might just be worth it just to get spores anyway, just because you're so ahead economically, you know... You can avoid being backstabbed.
This is a big drone lead, so wonder if it's going to be a commitment to be a little more defensive. You got the second base, and like Forte is just now going to try to take their own, which is going to eat a line to their minerals. That's as far as about the finish. I don't know. That's
well, it won't matter like ultimately because Seraph is spending all the minerals on spores. You know, you don't need to have all the mutas immediately anyway. And look at that, builds the mutas anyhow. It's not going to be too impactful, I don't think, because Seraph's not going to have a good muta count for a little while to actually challenge Forte. But yeah, we do see the spores going up, and yeah, hatchery going to go up here. Well, sooner or later. Hard to get those minerals in CBC, I guess.
Well, look at the investment, getting the air armor right away. So that's going to be the advantage Forte's going to have, other than the immediate air advantage, going straight for the upgrades as well. So if Zero wants to be nice and defensive, maybe Forte wants to have the better army later. Actually going to match the air upgrade, but not committing to as many air units. Still has plenty of defense with these spores, so should be able to just keep pounding up. But he has used a decent amount of his drones, and Forte is going to be able to at least catch up on the economic front. It's still out of one base, so he have to expand eventually, but Mutas are on the prowl. We're definitely going to be looking for anything they can kill. There's at least an Overlord right outside Natural that would be free pick.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hang on. They're coming in here. They're coming in hot. They're going for an attack. I don't think they want to be doing that with these spores. Well, there you go. They get a drone, 2 drones, 3 drones, but at the cost of a Mutalisk, I mean, probably worth. But now, oh my gosh, Seraph's Muta's not paying attention. Getting hit here. Needs to retreat to the spore really quick. Almost loses one, but keeps it alive. Man, nice harass from Forte so far. Oh, gets another drone. Wow, really out for blood here. He's not content just to try and take his natural. He's trying to kill him.
Do gotta be careful. Some of these things getting pretty bruised up. Still hasn't killed it Overlord. I don't know if maybe he just didn't see it or didn't notice it, but still making plenty of mutas back at home. Seraph is gonna be able to catch up. Wow. I don't like this. Into 2 spores, he's taking too much damage. He just definitely lost 2 more, very bruised up, and Seraph's about to reinforce a lot more mutas here. This could be so dangerous. I don't like this. And
well, he's retreating though. I mean, look, if he retreats and he doesn't lose them, you can say, well, it was just even, right? You know, he traded some mutas for some drones, and everything looks like completely even right now, except for the fact that Seraph has spores. I guess Forte counterbalancing that with Sunks, so that's their difference right now, I guess. But honestly, this game's evened up to a surprising degree. All this Overlord under threat now, unfortunately, for Seraph. But there's too many mutas. Forte's going to lose his mutas if he doesn't get out of there. Seraph does not engage the moving shot, so Forte gets away there barely. That was very risky. Now realizing his opponent has more mutas than I think he thought.
Yeah, I think there's little tiny things we're seeing, because if I'm correct, this is Seraph's first season as Zerg, switching over for the season, so maybe some of the DBZ very nuanced stuff didn't really focus on as well, so Forte might have little advantages. You can see that Eric unit is starting to build up, but significantly behind on drones. What I would like to see here, because you got mutas in on both bases, you saw everything, there's no anti-ground. Wasn't making lings, no sunkens to deal with. Yeah. That's how you can kind of break this open. Just enough lings to force your opponent to kind of have to deal with it. Maybe get some drone kills, and that's give you the opportunity to get your own drone count back ahead.
Well, what I was thinking earlier when Forte came over with the original Mutalist, if Forte had just made lings and not worried about hatchery during the time their Spire was getting ready, they probably could have cut off the reinforcements and just killed the natural and won the game. Because there was not enough mutas for Seraph to do anything about that. As it stands, that was not the play that they went for. And now Spores coming up for Forte, again, just wanting not to die. Look how many mutas are out here for Seraph, my god. 10 mutas.
And look, he's making the first move to make more Scourge as well. So making me think that you've just finished your first set of upgrades, the economy finally starting to kick in. And we've seen this before in the past. Sometimes these people do these big attacks and definitely use a Scourge kind of the
crying bars. They're gonna meet the middle of the map. They're just charging right in. They're gonna collide. Look at this. Oh my gosh, so many Scourge here for Seraph. Did Scourge hit Scourge? I don't know what's happening. Who's winning? It's CBZ, who knows? Okay, it looks like Seraph has the advantage. Yeah. Although, I don't know which way Forte's going right now. Oh, Seraph's like, I'm gonna go kill you because you don't have spores, but little does he know. Big mistake, actually, not finishing off those Mutalists. That might be a missed opportunity for Seraph to win here. Not realizing these spores here. Let's see how much damage he takes. Oh, this could really turn the tide, actually. If Forte's Mutas come in and hit, which they're going to. Oh no, Seraph getting way too aggressive here. I think these Mutas are going to get cleaned up and therefore streak. The Scourge come in, do some more damage to Forte's Mutalisks, but Forte's still holding strong with these spores.
And more Scourge on the map as well. Seraph is going to back off, kind of keep looking around. Still has a good drone lead. Still has that supply lead from those drones as well. Good amount of money banked up, but you can see the gas with all these Scourge kind of getting hard to start spending your money the way you want to. So at some point, you got to think about what your next plan is. I don't know if that is going to be mixing in lings, maybe trying to get a 4th hatchery, or doing anything else, but we're going to see moving forward here. Forte right by everything, going to... I'd try to take this fight, but actually on top of the spore too. Why is Forte not trying to engage this?
Well, he was trying to micro those Scourge and not actually have to take the hit, which he failed at ultimately, by the way. He didn't actually get them. You know, I think that was still very good for Forte because Seraph was just getting hit by that spore, didn't really achieve anything, and now look how many Scourge are out for Forte. Like, this is really flipped around where it looks like Forte's going to be the one who's going to come across and put the pressure on the air. But was his serve going for this third? Now, I would say you probably need to make some lings to help defend this at least.
Well, both players just made sets of lings. They're living in each other's heads, playing very similar games right now. Oh, so these guys are pretty far ahead, but trying to pick them off, trying to get decent connections here.
Really good connections.
On his overlayer, though. But Seraph lost a good amount of their arrow. I mean, everything resets back again as far as supply gaps between the two. Keeping on these upgrades, no one trying to make it that next step. Seraph is investing in more mutas, though. 4 days going to match.
Yeah, well, that's CVZ. I feel like someone needs to make a song. You make lings, I make lings. You make muta, I make muta. The thing is,
I mean, what's the next line?
I make Scourge. Don't hit overlords with them. I don't know. I don't have a song made here, man. Ask me next week.
All right, clip it.
Yeah, clip
Submit
it.
clips.
You know what people should clip is that clash in the middle we had just now, where the two air armies just like charging each other. Someone clip that. We gotta get those clips in so we can make our highlight video, guys. You gotta do the work.
Yeah, you gotta do the work so we know our editor can.
So we can take the credit, right? Yeah, exactly. Now look at that army for Forte moving around. It looks pretty gnarly. Seraph got some units of his own, but it just seems like an inferior army. I think as soon as Forte finds out about this third, it'll trigger an attack. But will he find out?
I don't know. There's a lot of lanes being out from Seraph. He's going to move out, and he's got the third there. And we actually see Forte moving towards the next step. But Queen's Nest on the way. I don't know if it's going to be just for Queen's and then Snare, or will that actually be to go up to the Greater Spire, get some Devours in the mix?
I guess there could be a move where you just attack with Ensnare quickly, but I think the better move is to get a third and then go Hive. I really don't like it on 2-base so much. We'll see what happens here. Look, I still think Forte's army's better just by virtue of number of Beetalists. Yes, it looks... Seraph army looks bigger, but I think Forte's is better. Well, let's see. We're going to find out. That's a lot of lings for Seraph, I suppose. So even if Forte wins in the air, the lings might run on the ground. But actually, hang on. That means Judge, it looks like Seraph might win in the air after all. Hard to tell, because again, this is CBC, but so many lings overwhelming. Who does care about the air fight? These lings are just going to kill every building at this rate. Oh my god. Okay, I was right that Forte won the air fight, but my god, these lings are going to do so much damage. They already have. And like, how many mutas you have left to deal with this? Oh my god. Absolutely crushing through right now.
And Seraph making a lot of moves back at home, so it's like you have to go and defend. There's no like opening for a counterattack. That means more time for this third, which is not being utilized. To be fair, it's not being utilized, but still that drone lead managed to kill a natural here. Ling's gonna keep going in the main, just trying to kill these buildings. So wave 2 is harder to deal with, and you can see all these defensive buildings taking a lot of damage or going down. Didn't try to kill the spire, so I don't know if maybe that was supposed to be moved, but
that could have
those
been a move.
Are gone. One of the spires is on fucking death's door here. Not even focusing on the drones. Seraph definitely took a large lead with that. Yeah. And I don't know how Forte, like, what does Forte do to get that next swing? Going back to one base here.
You got the Queen's Nest, you gotta, like, I don't know, try and make Devourers on one base. That doesn't seem like a winning proposition, does it? It's pretty tough. Look, I would say going for this board doesn't necessarily make much sense here, because you're not going for that sudden tempo advantage, I don't think. When you've just done that much damage, you just try and knock out everything you can. But look at this. The Mutas come back in to harass for Forte, but these spores are still here. They didn't, like, grow old and die in the last time since he was here. Gonna trade away his Mutas here, I think, thinking that his only chance is to devastate his opponent's economy. And, he's killing a lot of drones, but how is he going to survive at home? Oh
yeah, I like this. The Seraph did not turn around the Mutas. Yeah. Like, if you here, you are so far ahead compared to your opponent. You did so much damage to defensive buildings. Like, and bringing them just to make sure these lings can't be a problem.
Yeah.
It's only down to one spore. They can back off now, and there's still a decent amount of lings moving across the map here. Forte, all their Mutas are trying to come back, do what they can, but still, just this damage is going to keep getting harder and harder to deal with.
Yeah, this looks like pretty much game over here. Well, Forte trying to fight back with his Mutalists. I think Seraph just has enough though, and their Spore is low enough that Link's about to kill it anyway. I think Seraph might be able to dive on that Spore. Oh, it's pretty low, but maybe Seraph doesn't want to take that chance. But does Seraph really have to? Just keep rallying whatever they're making, and I think it's going to be enough. 7 drones left for Forte here. Only one hatchery. Sorry, one base, 2 hatcheries. Again, this third is not being used, but it is being used for production, so that's something. 5 hatcheries available for Seraph. Probably need a few more drones to support that production.
A couple links did find that because of an overlord, so going to be some third base. At least try to do something, and if you can get any kind of little edge, maybe there's a chance here. But this is going to just be up with Seraph. I think if he backs off long enough, maybe that's the chance for Forte to get back in it. But you should be able to smell the blood in the water here. How much damage you've already done. Just build up your army a little bit and go right back in.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Well, Another Overlord getting picked off here. Or is it? Come on, Forte, you gotta kill it. Okay, he does kill it, and I'm running away here. Again, Seraph not going in for the moving shot. Maybe you're right about switching to Zerg, that he just doesn't have the advanced speed and micro techniques here. We didn't see any attempted, like, anti-scourge micro, and we've never seen him attempt to do moving shot on these Mutalisks, which honestly is the way a lot of high-level ZVZs end, is as soon as one player is winning the meter engagement, they just moving shot all the others down, and that's it. And we haven't seen Seraph go for that.
I mean, you could say that, but he's still doing quite well.
Oh yeah, he's still winning this game. He's still winning this game. It just strikes me as odd that he hasn't done it, and that's what I'm saying. If you know he was a bit better at that, he probably would have won a lot quicker because he would have just annihilated all his opponent's Mutalisks. Right, here we go. Forte coming in for another round here, and there's no Sunkens in the main here, so his Lings are kind of just free to do what they want. I don't think Forte's going to win the air fight or the ground fight. I think, in other words, he's about to lose this game.
Yeah, it's there. We'll see where he goes for it. Kills off that Spore finally. Will he go for drones? Will he go for the Spire? GG. We're not going to find out. Yeah, GG for game 1.
Alright, yeah, Surf looking pretty strong. It was a bit back and forth at the start there, I have to say. But Forte overly aggressive at several points in that game, I feel. Really overextended with Lings and Mutas.
Yeah, I think it's hard when you're playing very similar builds. Like, being the first one to put yourself in action or make a different decision than your opponent, it's so hard to know if it's correct.
Yeah.
And, like, you can see there, like, how fast you can get out of control off, like, one bad decision.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's CBC in a nutshell, right? It doesn't take much. Well, you could say it all went back to losing those 2 Lings immediately. Forte did it at Sarah Space, you never know.
Maybe.
Alright, here we are in the top left is Forte in the white, and the bottom right in the magenta again is Seraph. I didn't mention, I think, last game, so Forte for Korean Mechanics and Seraph here for Coach-Pupil Lifeguards. Actually, I think I did mention it. So if Seraph gets another map, that's 2 in a row for Coach-Pupil Lifeguards. Is this how it's going to be? Like, Tier 1's going to be 5-0 for Coach-Pupil Lifeguards, and we're just going to go back and forth like that?
I mean, given what we saw in game 1, and, you know, maybe it's just the Coach-Pupil Lifeguards Zergs. Like, they're so far looking pretty strong.
It makes sense. It's in the name, right? Terrans and Protoss aren't making Coach-Pupils out here.
But what if you could, though?
Well, I mean, would it even be good, though? Like, what? I can't do any other Zerg build. It's literally just 4 pool or play normal Terran. Like, when I go into the game, I have an option to press a button that just transforms me into a hatchery with a pool. Is that it?
Sounds awesome.
Man, Protoss would actually be totally screwed, honestly. They wouldn't really have any way to play that, I don't think. Because it's either, you know, you need to prepare for Terran or you need to prepare for 4 pool, and it's hard to do both.
Well, speaking of early pools, it's not quite the number in the team name, but look at this.
Yeah, what is it? 8 pool or 7 pool? I didn't really see. I like this kind of thing. You go and build Sunkens your opponent's base with this, right? I'm a fan of this kind of play. We'll see what Forte goes for. He's cross positions here on Good Night, so going to be a bit tricky, but that said, it means Forte won't get the initial Overlord scout, certainly, and may not know there's links coming until it's too late. And look at this, so many drones being made. Is it going to be a hatch first here? Oh, it looks like it is. Forte in a lot of trouble now, even though he doesn't know it. Go on, send the drone. Send the drone. No, it's going to be an extremely late 12 pool. No, it's not. It's going to be a hatch. Or is it? Forte, just build something. Oh my god.
Commit to the choice. Come on.
What costs 400 minerals? What costs 500 minerals? Big misplay here from Forte. This hatchery could have been down like 15 seconds ago. Okay. The pool needs to come up right away as well. There it goes. But
see, that is my thought. I think you take a little extra time to mine a little bit more so you can build them at the same time. I don't think it's good. Cool. I think that's the logic.
Yeah, just to look cool. Simo pointing out in chat that Spore colonies have 1 base armor, I guess? Like, what? What's up with that?
I don't know. That was a while ago.
I know, but I'm wondering what he means.
Sure. Oh, look. The drone scout does go across, finds the opponent pretty quickly, and given that hatchery timing, like, you're feeling happy. Ooh, sneaking on in. Age reborn. Come on, baby.
Well, I think you just want to make a creep colony. I don't think you can really afford a hatchery here. But this is what I was saying. This is what you do. You start making Sunkens in your opponent's base. Nothing they can really do. Now, this is the thing. In this kind of situation, Forte could theoretically cancel the hatchery and maybe live. But if you're attacking with the Sunks as well, it's going to be very hard to survive. Oh my god, a 3rd hatchery goes down. Could this be any worse for Forte right now? Like, explain to me how this could have gone worse.
He just gets disconnect, doesn't get to see the death he's about to have.
Disconnect is good because you can sort of maybe argue for a regame in that case.
I would never let this be a regame. It's like, no, you lost, man. you lost this.
Oh my god, it just seems to be going off.
Look how many drones get pulled too.
Well, the Lings are hatching. The Lings are hatching, so Forte's going to try and fight back here. I mean, okay, killing quite a few of his opponent's lings with those drones, but the creep quality is on the way. The funny thing is, Syrup bought too many drones, can't even afford to morph all these, but it's happening. The drones being pulled here. Yeah, I think it might have been a mistake for Syrup to bring so many, but nonetheless, the fight's continuing. Is he going to afford the other one? It's hard to afford it seems like. Alright, more lings coming in, but a lot of damage going in that Sunken. It's not going to last long. Is Forte actually going to hold here and then have 3 hatcheries just make infinity lings and counterattack? Oh, that's Sunken though. You got to do something about that. Those lings need to get on that right away. Okay, they do. Looks like it's not going to finish. Oh, okay, I'm wrong. I cursed that. The drone's going home, not realizing the danger is not over. Big mistake there. They could have definitely denied that Sunken, and now this is going to be very hard for Forte to deal with. Hitting away at those lings already. Is Surf going to be able to afford another? Wait, what's these 4 lings in the middle of the map too? GG. Forte didn't even need them. I'm sorry, Surf didn't even need them. Forte sure needed them. That makes it a 2-0 here for Surf. That was quick. That's the duration I expect from ZVZ.
No, I mean, that's not the situation I expect from ZVZ, but, you know, playoffs, like, you don't hold it back. It's like, you want to do something wild, like, bring it out.
It perfectly
that was
countered
cool.
his opponent. I don't know if he had the intel that his opponent was going to go for 3 hatch there, but it was absolutely perfect for that, right? And really punished. So, nice job by Seraph.
Yeah, so far, we're getting a little bit of that run back. Coach-Pupil League trying to make it a series. Doing great so far, and I don't know about you, but this third set is the one I've, like, when I looked at the list, that's the one I've been excited about. Kaz and Flash is going to be a very exciting game to watch.
Yes, let's see how it goes. Well, so, by the way, the reverse sweep of Coach-Pupil Lifeguards has started. It's happening, believe.
Well, now you said
it's going to be 15-4. Yeah, no, I've screwed it now. Now, Korean Mechanics going to win this next set, 100% guaranteed. See, look, I'm trying to give it back. See, I'm trying to go both ways here. All right, in the top right, in the pink here, we have Koz. Here for Team Korean Mechanics, and the bottom right in the blue, we have Yoet's Flash here for Coach-Pupil Lifeguards. PVZ again, of course, it's CPL. It's going to be PVZ. You know, I almost did an entire cast about PVZ the other day, Set Zero. I've been missing you. I need you back as like the, I don't know, the lucky charm that makes every match PVZ somehow.
Well, they just don't want me to sit there and be like, bio's pretty good, huh? Speed stacks, yo, all right.
that, to be fair, that could be TVP as well.
Yeah, but then I just talk about the pros and all the stuff they can do.
Ah, I see. Okay, so another PVZ here on, I almost said TVZ, another PVZ here on Butter. These players got everything to play for. The match score evening up here. I mean, you know, I always favor the underdog, so I really want to see Yoet's Flash come and just get another series win here for Coach-Pupil Lifeguards.
Yeah, I mean, well, we don't know who the underdog is. Like you're saying, we don't know the orders these were played, so we don't know the intensity, the desperation that this player might be playing with here. So
it
could be a lot of wild
stuff.
stuff.
Over when this was played, it's true.
Ooh, look at Kaz building up a good amount of money. This looks like it's going to be over pool. It looks like it is going to be a hatchery first. So just like what we saw in the first game, Pro's going to be in a great spot here with that early scout. Get to see what's going on.
Or is he? He needs to chase that drone. Uh-oh, that drone is going to get it down Scott 3, I think. I think it can get the minerals. Yeah, no, he's just going to build it. That is very unfortunate. But there is a forge, so...
Yeah, there's already he saw no pool and made the forge anyway. Maybe you get to live your wildest dreams right now.
No, he's just walking away. I can't believe this. I don't know if cannon rushing's good here. It doesn't look that great. It looks okay actually, but yeah, no, not today. I guess.
It looks okay. Yeah, I don't mind it nearly as much as the third if there was going to be a move for that, but that seems very ambitious.
But okay, we do have a pull down. Yeah, so it's gonna be a Nexus. I mean, the thing is, you know, Yoet's Flash could just get the Nexus and the gateway here. I suppose then it's not too bad. But blocking it really would have been nice. It really would have screwed the Zerg up immensely here. So a bit of a shame that didn't happen.
Well, gonna manage to roll in, see the timing on this pool, keep the scout alive, see when they're taking gas, get an idea of what's going on, and it's Flash. They're not going to be too worried about this opening, although getting that forward instead of the Nexus first, you are giving away a little bit of an edge that you could have had here. So just off the early game little choices we're seeing here, it looks like Kaz slightly favored at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose so. It's sort of hard to say. Well, here's the thing. Did you need to make that cannon, right? Surely you could get a gateway here and still afford the cannon in time. Especially on Butter. It's so far for these links to get there.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But also, it's like this third's not even getting messed with. Just gets a good go down for free. You didn't get to go Nexus first, and against Hatchery first, like that can feel pretty bad sometimes. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, definitely not like a lost position or anything. Just
No,
little tiny stuff. Because when you're talking the early game when there hasn't been action, that's what's going to happen. Now, just got to keep that scout alive. That's the big info. Yotes Flash knows the importance of it, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, not like the first game. So, who's cancelling eggs out there? I heard that, cause what are you cancelling? I don't know what he just built that he cancelled, but I'm suspicious. No, this probe does need to kind of get back in the main, see that layer though. No, is it going home? Please don't send scouting probes home. They have work to do. Okay, good.
Yeah, and like I was gonna say, this isn't like the game we saw earlier where it's like you brought the probe home, but you're gonna move out the 3 zealots anyways. Like you're gonna manage to get some kind of scouting info with that gateway being delayed. Like that's not gonna work quite as well here. So glad to be able to get back in. Will he be able to sneak his way into the main though? Oh, or he lost his shields. Gotta be careful.
Oh, maybe. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. There we go. He gets in. Is he gonna see the lair? Looks like he probably will. Yeah, there it is. Nice scouting there. Manages to get in. And this probe's going to die pretty soon, but that's all the info you really need for now. And so Cyber's just finishing up. I assume it's going to be Stargate here. Are you that brave that you scout confirm a lair and you still go Citadel? Someone's got to take a brave stand for Protoss somewhere.
I have.
Did you win?
I have before, but I usually lose.
Well, that's just true of my games in general, so it doesn't really mean anything, I guess. Okay, but here it is. Stargate is coming up here. Completely expected. Yeah. So, you know, like often happens in ZVP, we're going into the standard, script, the canned PvZ, maybe is what we should call it. You know, the 3-hatch lair versus the Stargate opening, and then Protoss will get Storm, and...
Oh, we are seeing the plus. We're seeing the +1 again. We'll see if it ends up being double Stargate like we saw before.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm going out there and saying, is that a Citadel that got built just then? Oh, it's a cannon, okay. I don't think we're going to see double Stormport. I believe Yotes Flash is going to go for the Citadel here.
It would make more sense, I think. What we saw from him in the first game, it was a lot of Corsairs, but very easy to fumble, and there is that Citadel. We're seeing something a lot more standard out of this game. Actually, on both sides, this is about as standard as you can imagine. I'm trying to think of the next wild thing I could guess, and realistically, it's this is just the next couple minutes should be pretty straight up. It's just going to be, can these Corsairs build up, do some kind of big damage, and is there actually investment in Mutas? I don't want to see that from Cross this game. I don't think you're in a good spot. He doesn't have the gas to do it. Still making 4, so going to be able to repel any kind of health pressure. But I'm not the biggest fan of this.
Well, this worked really well in the first set we cast, but it wasn't really the Mutas doing the work. It was the Scourge doing the work. Just killing all those Corsairs. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about this Evo. Did we even see any Scourge being produced here? I mean, obviously Protoss is going to respect the threat of Scourge popping, but if they're not real, I mean, he can just still build up the Corsairs here. I don't know. But I mean, Protoss is very prepared for Mutalisk here as well, the cannon in the main. So I don't think Zog's going to do anything here. But they are kind of just passing each other. I don't know. 5 meters can just dive on a cannon. Or it's only 4?
That's the kind of the number I was looking at. The 4 Mutas, 5 and those pretty good at repelling zealot pressure.
5 one shots.
Want to be aggressive,
probe, right?
Yeah.
Wait, no, 4.
Yeah,
probe, I think. Yeah. No, wait, no, they wouldn't. I can't do maths. Don't do maths on stream. It's 5. It's 5. But those sunk into the natural, by the way, I think are kind of a dead giveaway that it's Mutalisk gear. If you're really reading into it, I think you see those and you're thinking oh, okay, he's preparing for zealots, and he doesn't actually have Hydras, so.
I mean, flying around not seeing units is a dead giveaway to Mutas too. It's where are your units? Because they're not just all be hanging out here. And finds one of the Overlords going to be able to start picking that off. Kaz has not revealed actually building up more Mutas here.
Well, that's what I'm
upgrades, but +1 air is going to finish soon.
Run, Corsair! No, don't stay there! Oh, loses a Corsair. The same pattern is repeating. These Protoss just cannot keep their Corsairs alive.
I think every Protoss player has that little thing inside them, be like, no, but this Corsair is really good. It fires so fast. There's no way.
This is the hero Corsair. He's got this. He does double damage. He has 600 HP. He's got this. I wish they'd added a hero Corsair to the campaign. Although, I guess they don't want to add a hero that can only attack air. That probably wouldn't be that interesting, huh?
And just let him have free D-webs.
That'd be amazing. Okay, now these Corsairs coming out. It's just enough to repel these Mutas, but they're still doing their damage to the Zealots as they go. Okay, yeah. Nice micro by Cosby trying to get the shots they can get in there. Really challenging this Corsair Zealot composition. Are there more Scourge? Looks like some Hydras coming out. There are a couple more Scourge as well. I want to see Flash continue to make the Corsairs, but they've stopped. Oh, it's because of supply block. Unfortunate. Because, yeah, I don't think it's quite enough, especially with these Scourge. Oh, nope, never mind. Scourge, not the smartest unit. It was thought for a long time that, you know, the reason they didn't have eyes because their brains were too large, but it turns out that was false. They're actually the dumbest unit. But this location... this location not gonna happen. These Zealots need to go home, honestly. Or they're about to have a bad time with these Hydras and Mutalisks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind posturing out here, at least for the time being. As long as you don't get, go reckless and lose the units, which here comes the attack. We'll see if it ends up being there. But about time for Storm to finish, and Dragoon range is now on the way. We've got to go in for it. I don't like this.
This is Zealot hell right now. They're going to get murdered. Well, if Cos bothers bringing the Hydras up, the Hydras kind of just AFK right now. But, I mean, the Mutalist's doing enough damage on their own. I think Cos just going to clean this up. Well, they're getting in there. Can they get some drone kills? Cos very slow reaction with these Hydras moving them over. Hydra speed not done somehow. Actually, you know, a lot of drones are falling now, but I mean, that was not worth all your Corsairs and Zealots.
Yeah, this is going back to the problem I had in the first one we watched too, is just once you lose that kind of pressure on the map, and we see Flash he has the pylon built over. Zergling did see the pylon over to third base, so
Kill the pros too.
Some kind of indication want to try to expand here. So Flash is going to have to build back up, but Cos, freedom to do whatever you want here. And you can see, look, ahead on workers, even with that attack that I thought killed a couple things, you know, didn't do the damage you're looking for. And we're seeing right here, pretty quick hive instead of getting that fourth base instead. So
again, that's really weird. What's he going to do with that? I'm perturbed by this. I'm not sure what the plan is there. But you know the Rhyme set series. Supply is the same, Zerg wins the game, and it's just exceeded the Pro Supply as I said that. So I think Protoss in real trouble here. Hydra's coming across, but look at this little ragtag army of Protoss. It's not enough to really do anything. This bunch of Hydra is going to do massive damage. Yes, this Protoss army wins the fight, but you can't just keep trading like that in small scale. That really favors the Zerg. And he's not even game to cast his Storms. Well, okay, I guess I'm wrong. Oh, there goes one. Okay, that's really good damage on the Mutalisks, though. I guess they're dealt with now, but I mean, these Templars, one of them got picked off. I mean, Zerg, I think, is content trading with those Mutalisks because they're losing their value as the game goes on. And these Hydra's just harassing, stopping the third going down. Okay, seriously, what is he going to do with this Hive? I'm kind of scared.
So, I think he's going to go Defiler and Adrenaline because he skipped Lurker.
Yeah?
He's saving the gas. I think that's the plan because that would make sense to go for the fast Hive because obviously if you had Lurkers, it makes that stuff really good as well, but now you're not kind of mitigating your own army with Dark Swarm. You can kind of really be aggressive, and it also just makes it hard for Yotes Flash to move out comfortably if you have these really cracked up links that are actually pretty efficient here.
Yeah, true.
We can see on both sides, +2 weapons will finish up soon, so
the surround, the Hydra's coming in, attacking from all sides here. A Storm goes down, but the Hydras are just swarming in. Are these goons going to fall? I mean, that is a lot of goons, but they do retreat. Looks like Protoss not trying to take that fight. +1 weapons for Protoss, +1 missile for Zerg, no armor for anyone. I don't know, I wonder if those goons could have held that. It would be dicey. I guess it'd be very inefficient for Protoss. But yeah, we just need more Templars out here, and they're just not coming. There's another one. The Nexus has gone down at the third again. If Flash can secure that, they'll have the economy they need. Ooh. Okay, these goons really getting picked off, man. Goons are just not the greatest, huh?
Yeah, it's there's some people that I know will say they are really good. They're pretty good. They're
good at what they do. What they do is very limited. Okay, the Hive is done here. And do we see a Defiler Mound? You're right about Adrenal just finishing up. I don't see a Defiler Mound anywhere, do you?
No, and that's a little bit surprising. You see the gas really kind of building up here. No Ella spending.
Greatest Fire, let's go. No? Okay. That would have been interesting.
That'd be awesome, but God, that'd be a terrible decision.
Ultra Cannon, let's go.
No? Just a late Lurker tech. Okay, you mean you gotta get the fast links? That seems pretty good. Good Storm going down, gonna repel his pressure. And Yotes army, remember, they were even supplied. Now up 50, gonna be able to move out to the map and at least get space for his third to go up safely.
See, here's the thing, it may look like the Templars are doing the wrong thing when they just walk into the Zerg army, but the thing is, when the Zerg dodges the first storm, the Templars so far forward, it can reach behind those units and cast another storm. That was obviously what Flash was going for there. But yeah, this army's going to come across tonight. This fourth pretty easy, it looks like, and the third is going up, finally Cannon's going up there. I think Cos was just trading away too many Hydras in small-scale engagements allowed Protoss to build up a lot better and a lot more efficiently. And again, this fast Hive, I think, is a very unbalanced way to play, and I think that's what Cos is being punished for right now. this like basic Protoss army coming across going to do the job. Now here comes the Adrenalings. There's not that many of them, but hey, they're going to catch these isolated units. They're going to do their damage. I wonder if Protoss is like, what the hell, you have Adrenal already? Or if they expect that. Oh, that Templar. Ah! Nice pick off of those Lings. That was really great by Cods. And these hatcheries are still here. Protoss got to get in there and kill those. Where is the Robo? It is up. Where are the observers? Man, this Protoss army is actually pretty scary without storms. Like, what does Zerg actually have here?
Observatory just finished, so no observers just yet.
Storm?
Being
Storm?
morphed would be able to get
that Storm. That was a great Storm. Great dodge, but it still did its damage. And yeah, again, just the Zealot Goon is strong enough to fight whatever the Zerg has right now. Is Protoss going to power through and kill him just with Zealot Goon?
I mean, it's definitely possible. Pro's been doing a good job keeping up on their upgrades.
+2 on those Zealots, crushing through those +1 armor Lings. No chance there.
And look at all these drones. Just not that much defense. The natural takes the attention away from the third and the fourth. There's a good opportunity to get some damage here. Going to try to panic and make a little more defense. Pulling drone, trying to buy time. Kaz has some units coming from the third, but it's not that much. Even these goons alone should be enough to kind of repel this small force. But we'll see if enough reinforcements can get this done. A lot of Zealots did end up actually falling. Maybe the reinforcements will show up, but there's more Zealots just in time.
You know, it's rare we see someone microing Goons so intensively against Lings, but Flash doing a really good job here. And you know, I was saying Goons are good at very few things, but attacking Sunkems is definitely one of them. They're doing a good job at that, and the Zealots as well, just tearing through. Flash just using, you know, brute force here, and Cos, really it shows why people don't go for this really fast hive, because Cos didn't really have much muscle behind it, and Flash just smashed through. GG.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a tragic thing you could look at as the game was going on. Kaz died with over 2,000 gas.
Yeah,
that's not the resource you want to have a lot of when you're trying to play through the game, and there's no outlet to spend it. I don't know why if you want to do the fast hive, like I get that. Why did the lurker get delayed so much to do it? Yeah. That's the thing that kind of throws me off about it with the play.
Well, I think Defilers would have been good. We saw how many goons there were, right? Dark Swarm going down probably would have saved the situation, but alas, no Defilers were made. It was literally just hive for Adrenal and presumably like +3 missile or something. So not really worth it.
Yeah, unfortunately, but you know, game 2 on good night. We'll see if we can even this one up. Finally see game 3. Find out what map it is.
Yeah, that's right. All right, in the top right, in the blue, we have Yode's Flash, and in the bottom left, in the peach, the pink. What would you say, peach? I can say peach. We have Cos. Currently, Yode's Flash up 1 game. 4 pool Lifeguards here. Cos trying to bring it back for Korean mechanics. And you like to say here, good night. We did get to a game 3 yesterday. There was only one, so I've already forgotten what it was. I think it was Eclipse. Yes. That's about right. I tried to remember practicing for my match, and I did practice on Eclipse a bit, I think. So I think that was the one.
Well, you know what? Whenever we get to see it, I'll be thrilled to find out for sure. And if you're thrilled to find out if people play the BSL version, because they love to do that for some reason.
Yeah. We need a CPL version of all these maps, huh?
I mean, that would fix the problem we had throughout the regular season of people playing the wrong version of Butter.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe.
Actually, that's smart by BSL, I suppose, making sure people play the right one. But yes, those Butter versions of playing this. I really hope someone in the grand finals will just host the Temple version and be like, what? It's fine. This is the legit game. Because yeah, I'm trying to remember the game we cast on that. Was it TVZ or something? I don't remember. PVZ? There was a Zerg.
I've definitely had a couple that had that map happen. I'm like, I might think like my low-key theory was just it's like an option select that's like you literally be like, oh, we played the wrong one. We got regame.
That's good. Well, in my preseason, the first game I played, my opponent hosted the wrong one, but I didn't try and play it out. But I think I've told you the story before. What happened is they were proxying at my natural, and I found it, and then I realized it was the wrong map. I'm like, let's regame, but they just did the same thing, and I still lost.
Bruh.
I know. I'm pretty bad. What can I say? Okay, Forge coming up here. I want to see the counter rush, but there's no hatch first. It's the 9 pool here. Again, cross positions 9 pool. Uh-oh. Doesn't seem that good for Zerg here. We'll see what they can do with it. The probe is going to come up right away, so really everything looking pretty bad for Zerg right now, I have to say.
And no gas, so we're just going to see if these links would do it. Knowing that it's cross position, knowing that they haven't been scouted yet, we'd have to take the guess at it. It feels like we're going to see a very similar opening to what we saw last time. And I wouldn't be surprised if it goes exactly the same way, where it's like, oh crap, I can't do any damage, I made these links, I feel behind 3 ash. I wouldn't be surprised if it plays out exactly the same way.
You know, This might sound crazy, but could Yacht Flash got a Nexus and then started the cannon there?
I'm not sure if you could.
Well, now he could have. Now these lings are going the wrong way.
I think if you assume they were gonna like guess and be correct, you might be risking it, and you're already ahead.
True.
So like, how ahead do you need to be? Whereas like you're risking throwing it away.
I don't know, man. Have you seen me play? I need to be pretty far ahead to win.
I'm gonna just disagree with that. I've seen you win without just getting miles ahead on build orders.
Oh yeah, no. Who says I'm getting ahead on build orders? You know.
That's what we're talking about right here.
No, all right, fine. Usually I get ahead just by making too many workers, and hopefully I'm playing a TVT so I can use them to fight as well. If not, I'm probably going to lose. But anyway, these links coming up to this wall, and yeah, it's pretty secure here. But Cos keeps all the links alive, so just keeping this presence. Anyway, it's not all bad for Cos. You get a nice scouting with this. No, like, single Zelda or even two Zealots can be that much of a threat. The 3 bases going up. Cos are going to do their best to just gear up their economy real quick now behind this pressure they put on. And, you know, Protoss not going to get a cyber super fast here or anything as well. But yeah, on balance, it seems pretty bad for Zerg.
Yeah, I mean, Yacht Flash retrieved their scouting probe, so they're not seeing what's going on. Now you got that little soft container of links that's going to go through. We see 3 hatcheries, you know, made and like gas is being mined. We'll see what the play ends up being, but I feel like I can see the future.
No, it's not Hydra Bus. It's going to be a lair. It's going to be a lair. I'm telling you, it's going to be a lair. Cause it's going to be a lair, please. No! Please, if I see a hydrogen go down right now... Oh my god. Please. Meanwhile, that one Zealot I was talking about, trying to make a threat. Well, it's baiting these lings. Where's the lair? Cos, start the lair! Oh no. Well, at this point, it's not even cast because it's just a mistake. A lot of gas building up for no purpose, so... Cos, this macroing a bit here.
Hey!
No! No! Why did you get so much gas for getting that? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Alright then. We're doing this. We're doing this. I really don't like it with the disadvantage from 9 pool. I think you want to be as strong as possible. And, you know, you are denying scouting here. But look, let's just say that the series where Zerg won like that, I'm going to say it's a bit of a fluke with the Protoss cannon placement. I feel like Protoss shouldn't die here. It should not be what happens.
Yeah. I don't think that was one because of Protoss' excellent like the defense. It was just enough. There was fumbles getting in place, and you know, making that Archon
and just running the Zealots out as well. That got hit really hard.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Like, I don't think it's going to go as well, and especially since you have the extra time because it's cross map this time instead of vertical.
Well, you know, Cos already has a lot more drones though than in that game. So, oh, that Zealot coming out again. Really wants that Zergling. No, not today. He wants to make like a Zergling skin like handbag or something. I don't know. Oh, he's gonna get it. No, okay. That one injured Ling is in a lot of danger right now.
Or is it the bait?
Yeah, that's right. It isn't in danger, it is the danger. But yeah, Zerg was already droned up quite a bit more. So I assume, there's already a 4th hatch up. So we're actually not going to see like
actually a
5th hatch. Well, okay. We're actually not going to see a big Hydra attack right away here, I guess. They're just powering up a bit more. Going to get those upgrades out nice and early. So I guess we're going to see a bit of a later but very intense Hydra pressure. And you know, once again, Yacht's Flash with the cannons right at the front here could be a bit dicey. Even if you have your tech out, if there's just enough Hydras they can tank a couple storms and keep going, Protoss can die like this. I guess that's PvZ summed up in a nutshell. You just, you know, Protoss can die like this. Shows different ways to die.
Well, that's both sides of the matchup. It's very easy to just kind of die because you didn't
DT in your main, my god. How many pro games have been lost because of DTs killing drones, honestly?
Yeah, or even just like something you'll see more in CPL. It's like I don't need this many Sunkens. Like I don't need to make, like, I can get around a drone. It's like it just you skirt the edge of being a little too greedy in some way, and you really get punished. Now we do see Yoast Flash. It looks like they're expecting this Hydra play, but still going for +1 air weapons. So if they're gonna do that, they gotta build up that Corsair count, be really aggressive with them, try to control the air. Maybe you get DTs in there, but at least like if you're just killing overlords, restricting the vision, once you clear out these links from in front of your base, then the game feels great. It's Protoss, but you have to be active with your Corsair if you're going to invest in the +1 blind like this.
Well, I think this can be a good play because Zerg has no lair, no overlord speed. Corsair DT is a good way to get map control here and deny any Hydra aggression, deny a 4th, maybe get your 3rd, all these kind of things you can do. And look, going to get in with the scout here or not. Just ignore the main. I'm sure the main isn't important. Well, to be fair, you're going to see everything down here. All those Hydras out. So look, I actually like big Corsair play here, if you get the DTs out right away. Now, in all the cards yesterday, Protoss just neglected to make any DTs in this kind of situation. Hopefully, Flash can break that trend.
No, I mean, we do see Temple Archives nearing finish, and the fact that he didn't see a lair, and, like, you know for sure you're going to have to deal with slow Overlord for a significant amount of time, feels like you're going to be feeling pretty good, but you do have to respect the threat that, like, spending gas on DTs can be very, very dangerous if there's, like, any kind of good position, because these Hydra counts is really going to build up quickly.
Well, but at the same time, what are you going to spend gas on that's not going to be dangerous? I don't think Templar's really going to cut it with how much gas you spend on Corsairs. I feel like DTs are going to be the option. With no Overlord speed, I just can't see how they're bad, to be honest.
Well, I mean, we did see Yost Flash stop the Corsair production. He's got up to 4. I don't think he's going to go any further than this, which he's going to let the +1 finish. You know, if you're making use out of it, it's not too bad.
Not
like I said, as long as you're being active, trying to get something, it really isn't that bad. And we're seeing weapons going to keep rolling through, gateways being added, and Storm about halfway done.
Oh, no,
here's that poke forward.
Ooh, okay, almost. That was very dangerous for them to do so many Hydras there. But yeah, he can't attack the Zerg in his base, for sure, but there's no way Zerg can attack him if he had a DT out. But that's the thing, Zerg is kind of just respecting that threat anyway, so I guess if you can get away with not even making it, that is even better. Another hatchery going up here. Looks like Cos is just going to be like, okay, you're going to have a lot of Hydras to deal with today. What's your chosen option? Oh, it takes that out so fast. +1 finish already? Oh, it did. Yeah.
I mean, one of the things we do see, though, when you get all these hatcheries before the lair and really get that farm going, you can see that work count's pretty significantly high for Zerg here.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to commit that ground force to start poking forward to fight the Hydras right here, you're not going to really be able to mess with that too much either. So I want to see if Yost Flash is willing to try to make that third star, or they're just going to build up this big powering army on 2 base, which, if that's the plan, there's not enough gateways for that.
Well, I don't think there's really enough probes. I think Yost Flash stopping a bit too early with that as well. And yeah, this Templar's out here in danger right now. No DTs were made. This is just enough Hydras to fight these Zealots, no problem. Oh, Corsairs! Oh, every single one gets killed immediately. Now Protoss in real trouble. I mean, look at these armies. There's no Storm yet, right? They barely have the energy. One gets taken out. Another one gets taken out. No Storm's going down. Templar's dying of energy. You hate to see it. And Zerg's crushing through here so far. Will we see a Storm at all? There's
one,
Storm.
barely. All the Templars die. That means you're not going to regenerate the energy. It's just Zealot trying to fight out here. Reinforcements going down, and
oh my god.
Oh, it's just as bad as they could possibly be. Even look at the production. There's no Templars like rolling through. 1 DT. There's no Overlords.
The hero. If he was here the whole time, this wouldn't have happened, man. And Zerg can't do anything about this. Even though there's no Corsairs, the Overlords just cannot get over here in a timely manner. So this DT is just uncontested. And with the Zealots fighting as well, it's barely going to push this back. But a lot of damage was done before then. Again, I'm saying, man, if he had the DT out, none of this would have happened.
So I agree with you, but think about what just happened here. All the Templars died. You basically exchanged armies. Sure, there's a DT that you're not going to be able to deal with, so your aggression's over. But Kaz has plenty of drones, and this could be an opportunity to maybe take that 6 o'clock for a 4th base.
You know, I never noticed this before, but I'm looking at this DT, and the like wrist blade it has looks kind of floppy. Do you see that? Oh, you're on cardboard, aren't you?
It does not look floppy in carbon, but I do have the stream up, unless I do see, and you know what? Just pound-to-pound comparison, looks way cooler in cardboard.
Yeah, I know you're going to say. Yeah, that's not even... you didn't even say that. Sate Zero, everyone knows you think that, alright? That's just one-dimensional Sate Zero content at this point. Like, everyone expects that.
Just so we expected to get mad about SimCity. See? We got to stick to our guns.
I guess. Alright, 4th base coming up here for Zerg. Honestly, I think Zerg in a really dominant position here. It's going to be hard for Protoss to build up another good army here. Trying to go for their own 3rd. You know, if the DT is down to 6, maybe we could do something, but I assume Overlord speed is not too far away here. Yeah, just about 20 seconds out, so not going to be much more DT aggression here. Maybe DT sneaky harass, but not DT aggression per se. Now, Zerg's going across trying to take out this 3rd. There's a decent amount of Zealot Goon, but I only see 2 Templars, and they do not have much energy. Zerg backs off for whatever reason, though. Maybe that DT causing Zerg to reconsider their entire army. I mean, there's not much to defend here. A few Hydras pop out. It's going to be enough, but how many drones will fall first? 1, 2. Okay, just 2. That's fine.
you gotta say that in the case of those old Tootsie Roll commercials.
Yeah. Okay, these Hydras coming up here, and they have a pretty easy attack angle. Protoss needs to get in position right now to defend this Nexus. Okay, some good Storms should be able to do this, but only half the army coming down. Uh-oh, Protoss got out of position here, but Zerg taking a while to get in position as well. half the Hydra's going the wrong direction. I guess just trying to harass a bit with these, not really committing to the attack. But that said, I think Zerg should try it. Not like this, though. Not like this. Not through that narrow gap. That is not going to work out. And small number of Hydras coming forward. They're trying to pick off that Templar, but if it gets his Storm off, it was kind of okay. Okay, half the army coming over to the natural here, while the other half fighting up the high ridge above the third. I think Protoss going to win both these engagements pretty easily, actually. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of splitting up there. I get the idea, you know, if you can catch them out of position, you get yourself in a decent spot, but either way you go, like, moving around, you're at the climb up into a high ground, so you gotta set up that big...
Look at the Zerg third, so many eggs. 4 lurker eggs, 5 lurker eggs, and other eggs besides. Zerg actually hit 2,000 minerals there, by the way. Both players macro slipping really badly during that fight, but they're trying to get back on track now, and of course Zerg with his 4th base up, can be able to drone that up as well.
I'm just looking at Zerg's drone count that's happened since GK. Like Protoss has not been able to move out of the map. This is not a spot you want to be in. You're not excited for the challenge of fighting the Zerg macro machine.
Yeah, you don't like relish. You're not like rubbing your hands together like, oh yes, I get to fight a Zerg with 60 drones. That's gonna be fun. And you know, Protoss's probe count has not been that healthy really either. Getting up to about 50 now, and you know, which is better, but it was only about 45 for a long time. And even on 2 bases, I feel like it's a little bit low. More gates being added now. Protoss has all the tools they need, but they have a hell of a job to do with them. Well, roaming around, starting to be around. But see, the thing is, this now that this 4th is up, I feel like you're never going to be able to kill it. Lurkers are in position somewhat. There is an observer out though, so that's not going to be an issue. Little lurker hide force in the middle of the map. Oh, they're going to snipe these Templars? Maybe not. Okay. Want to see some good storms here.
Yeah, I think US players got to be very careful, because one thing we haven't really touched on this game, the upgrades. Like, Protoss is on their 2 weapons, which is nice, but like Zerg's on 2-2. They're really sitting good here. If they were moving towards Hive reasonably soon, I'd be feeling that Zerg's in a great spot. Already, you can see they have so many drones able to play with, and they're gonna go for that 5th base, which if Protoss goes to fight that, they are notably out of position, and you could probably do something about it. So
yeah, this 3rd base is really not defended at all. It's only defended from like a Ling run by or something. Like 2 cannons doesn't do anything. Like 5 Hydras could show up and kill this. There's nothing else there. So yeah, Protoss really playing this very dicey. But I mean, this Zerg force is also playing with its life. Lurkers running into the Protoss army is not what you want to do. They are very clumped right now. Protoss finds his storms could be deadly. He's going to move in here. I want to see the storms. I don't want to see hugs. Oh, that's a beautiful storm on those Hydras. Never mind the Lurkers. But the Lurkers are doing their damage and not getting stormed at all. You got to storm those Lurkers if they're clumped. But nonetheless, Protoss powers through here with the Zerg army recklessly engaging, I think, in this location where it was unnecessary, not defending any of the chokes. And now Protoss is just like, okay, well, I'm heading in. What have you got?
Yeah, not using the high ground at all, and you know, it wasn't the entire army consolidated, so definitely not exactly the best engage we're looking for. You know, it's Flash going to keep pushing forward.
Zealots copping that storm.
Yeah, good storm doing damage a little bit to everybody there.
Oh, it was a great storm. It did tons of damage, just mostly to Zealots. Okay, and with that, Protoss is going to be pushed back here. Some reinforcements would be nice, but I only see Goons out. But it looks like Protoss at least be able to deny this 5th. Zerg holding on for now, though. Hive not started. This is going to be a big issue going forward, and like you're saying, the upgrades were pretty good for Zerg, but it's going to start favoring Protoss a lot the longer that +3 is delayed. Protoss +3 is only a little bit away. Now,
his army over at the 5th, is that trapped now?
Yeah, you kind of just stay there. It wouldn't be the worst thing. You know, this is a fine engage for the Goons if they actually shoot their things. There you go. Because the Lings can't engage very much at a time, so this is kind of okay for Protoss, just keeping this little outpost here, and if Zerg, you know, move these units away to fight somewhere else, they can come out, so I think this is okay. Protoss's 3rd still, like, gives me a heart attack just looking at it, but anyway.
I mean, I think what we're seeing, though, from Kaz is a good way to play here. Lost that 5th, that's okay. Top left and bottom right. I got tons of money to burn on stuff. I can lose, like, little buildings. That's why, you know, just don't invest too hard in defense. Just want to see that high. Finally started. Hatchery is going to be made as well. US Flash and Kaz starting to both build up some pretty significant banks here, so hopefully the macro gets a little more on track as the game keeps moving forward. US Flash also going to have to consider soon getting up to a 4th base as the main has mined down. The natural, you know, not going to be too far behind.
Yeah, absolutely with Zerg going up to 5 bases as well. And look, I would have said, you know, Protoss' main win condition in the situation would be if Zerg is in 4 bases, Protoss just contains and takes their own 4th and eventually they'll win. But now with Zerg double expanding, and Protoss is taking the 4th, but they need to keep that alive, and there's like a few Lings heading up, and that tends to be enough to kill a base. Especially with no units here. Honestly, they can probably cancel that Nexus pretty easily, even without Adrenal out. The Protoss army's rushing in here, but is not going to get here in time, I don't think. Well, I mean, the Zealots coming up. Ooh.
Not done damage they need. They're trying. It got so close. It did get canceled. So fantastic. Such a low commitment here. More lanes showing up though. You know, maybe don't donate the units if you don't need to.
Okay, that made it a bit less cost efficient. Still very worth for Zerg though. I mean, look at Zerg's money. It's all minerals, no gas, so I think throwing Lings away, it's just a matter of lava and APM here. Now, the Protoss is coming in for another round of this massive army. These Lurkers really out of position, unsupported. If Protoss can clean all these up and then attack the natural, looks very strong here. Now, it is Dicey attacking up this ramp, but it's mostly Goons, and they're doing good damage with their +3 weapons here. Zerg only on +2 Carapace, really crushing those Lurkers. And I mean, what does Zerg have now? He's got a bunch of Lings here and there, a lot of Lurkers in the bottom right. He needs to reposition those, or the natural might fall here. There's really nothing there.
And it's going to be another attempt to take that 12 o'clock base for Flash, too. So it's like he is getting some kind of advantages, but going to keep pushing forward. No real defense up at the natural or this third base. Wherever way you want to go, I think you can go through it. Storm goes through, not doing the best damage it could be, but still this army very intimidating because, like you said, the weapons are ahead. That Storm doing a lot as well, not destroying the Zealots in the process. And there's just not that many units here for Kaz. Flash, which way is he going to go? Looks like he's going to go towards the natural, but either way,
yeah, these Lurkers are helpless attacking into these Goons. They're getting absolutely slaughtered, and like Flash has cut off the rest of the Lurker army from reinforcing here, crushing through with Archon Zealot, absolutely melting those Zerglings. I think he's just going to roll right through into the main, kill the tech, and win the game. Kaz doesn't have anything here. He's got money in the bank, and you know you can't really buy off this Protoss army. They're not susceptible to bribes, unfortunately.
Yeah, and like Hive finished, didn't it? I don't recall seeing Adrenaline get researched. We don't have like an Ultra Cavern, which you get plenty of money. Like you can throw something out there.
Well, it's not that much gas though. That's the issue there. But honestly, anything to spend all this lava, right? I mean, maybe it's just the number of hatches as well. A lot of Lings would help. It's a lot of Goons here, but Protoss just has the army they need in the position to kill everything, and they don't really even need to reinforce this. These Zealot Goon coming down is like a different location. If Protoss can just keep denying bases, and these drones are going to try and get out, Zerg realizes, okay, it's all over for this base. Where is the tech going to be remade? Looks like in the 6 o'clock. Zerg's trying to make Defiler Mound, Hydroden. Spawning police go up soon too.
No, but there's the real defense, and Zealots are going to find the 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, that was not the spot to pick. Maybe try the bottom right. Maybe we'll find that one.
Well, Zerg has this problem in all matchups, where their defense gets destabilized once, they tend to just fall apart. And that's GG. That's a 2-0 for Flash here. Nicely done. So, that brings our score here. I thought he would stop killing stuff, but he stayed in the game for a few minutes there. So that brings our overall score here up to 4-3. The comeback's happening like I wanted. It's going to be the sweep for Coach-Pupil Lifeguards, but we're going to find out in just a minute because we're going to go to a quick break here. We're going to be back in just 10 minutes. Don't go away, and we're going to get into McSmush vs Taranak. See you guys soon.
free fall. I'm so caught in this wood, so lost deep in it, can't stop. I'm forever the one you call. Let's free fall. 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 I'm so caught in this wood, so lost deep in it, can't stop. I'm forever the one you call. Let's free fall. In my heart it's beat tight, on my body's breathing, it's just you and me. In my heart it's beat tight, on my body's breathing, it's just you and me. I'm so caught in this wood, so lost deep in it, can't stop. I'm forever the one you call. Let's
Alright, everybody, hello. We are back. In case you forgot, in 10 minutes, I'm Neblime. This is Set Zero. We're continuing the CPL playoffs. We saw 4 pool lifeguards come back with 3 games in quick succession. 3 series, I should say. More than 3 games for sure. And now we're going to jump into the next one. You ready, Set Zero?
Absolutely.
You were born ready. I can hear it in your voice. Alright, in the top right here, in the peach, we have McSmush, maybe in the pink, I'll call it pink this time. And the bottom right, in the navy, we have Tara 1Q, 2Q, aka Taranak. It's a TVP here. McSmush for Korean Mechanics in the Protoss, and Taranak for 4 pool lifeguards in the Terran. We gotta mix up all the matchups, right? Just sad that we don't have a TVT tonight. What a disappointment. Sitzer, I know you're really holding out for that TVT, but you're just gonna have to wait.
I mean, there's been some okay to good TBTs.
Oh, he said it, guys. Clip it. We can hold that against him forever.
I mean, some is such a perspective word, isn't it? There's been some. But realistically, you're going to tell me I get to watch PBT? It's my favorite matchup to play. It's one of my favorite matchups to watch. So, I'm going to have a good time regardless, especially since some of the maps, Good Night, Butter, we got some weird stuff. Maybe the games are not going to just be by the books Snorefest for 10 minutes. See if these guys want to throw a curveball.
Well, it is a very exciting matchup. Look, man, I may be biased. In fact, I know I'm biased, but it's just me. All the matchups with Terran in them are the best ones.
I'm going to say that's biased.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna say
I already said it, so you don't need to. Look, man, everyone says TVZ is the quote-unquote flagship matchup. And look, the sooner we get to the utopia of everyone playing TVT, the better. I don't know why you guys are resisting.
Because you can play a slow game in so many other things. That's not why people want to play StarCraft. That's not what we're about here. Now, we are seeing gas being taken. Always the risk of a gas steal on Butter. But McSmush was not looking for it. So, not going to throw Taranak off the game. But, not going to do a gas expander or anything crazy either.
It's not as favoured on Butter compared to Eclipse for 2 reasons. 1, is the rush distance is longer, and 2 is walls are more favoured here because, it's easier to wall, and you're more worried about proxies in general on this map, I think. So, it's definitely not as much of a staple as an Eclipse, but of course, always a possibility on a 2-player map. But yeah, we see McSmush not going for it, just going for this intense probe harass, trying to do what they can. It is going to be a Zealot coming out here, which, again, on this long rush distance, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but we'll see if you make it work. He's going to head out here, and this SCV is going to see it, it looks like, which is nice for Terran, knowing that that's coming. You know what you're going to do here. And the SimCity's going up, so everything looking pretty normal so far. Ooh, I'm surprised you got behind that side of that gate. I'm sure a Vulture can't fit there, right? 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 I'm afraid now.
I don't know. To be determined. We will see. Part of the excitement. Core does go down for McSmush. Gonna, not making more Zealots, not going too crazy, but there's a gap in production, with how late that core was started. So, gonna throw a little bit of a wrench in things, but, if you want to build up your money, get that Nexus up at some point, we'll see. Taranak, though, should be able to defend this probe. Finally goes down just in time for the Zealot to show up and become a new challenger.
He was coming to rescue his friend. The probe was calling on the radio help, the Terrans are bullying me. Well, of course, that was not the reality. That probe was absolutely, painting the wrong picture. But anyway, the Zealot is going to have to try and get revenge here. But, I mean, these Marines are out. Well, they're getting right in the face of that Zealot. They are not afraid. Did you see how close they got? Oh, and now they're getting a bit punished for it. One Marine is just on smoke break right now. Doesn't really want to help out. Okay, he's finally coming over. Pretty clean hold from Taranak so far. Another Zealot shows up just as the first one's dying here. But I think as long as Taranak keeps up the micro, it should be fine. As long as Taranak keeps up the micro, okay. Oh my gosh, almost a disaster there. But yeah, looks like the Zealot going to be dealt with. Oh, nice. The Duke targets the different Marine and kills it. But still, not really any great results from these Zealots here. And we see Taranak going into, Smush rather, going into 3 gateways at home. This is just going to be some intense Dragoon action. My god, in his own base, in front of the SCV, not even trying to hide it. What am I seeing here? Oh my gosh, meanwhile, the Zealot's still doing damage. Okay, he's going to get cleaned up though.
So I very much dislike what we're seeing from McSmush, and I'll give you one reason why. I want to see if you can guess it. Why do I hate this? One very particular reason.
Because he did it right in front of Terran's face?
Because it delayed range. Just getting started now. It's going to be so easy to defend after you're willing to put the bunker and repair it.
You know, one thing I'm concerned about is that bunker position. You're really going to need this barracks to come out here and sit to the right of it. Otherwise, goons are just going to run past that with the number of goons going to come out here. But yeah, it seems like Taranak is a pretty easy path here. He just needs to defend the bunker, get siege mode, and he's good. Like, he's going to come and scout again, see if any DTs coming out. But even if they were, it's going to take a while. Looks like they're not, by the way. So yeah, this is kind of crazy for McSmush. I'm not really sure what the idea is here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're really mathing out, I need this many SUVs at this time, this can throw you off, but the gamers are seeing, you know what's going on here, and, like, all you gotta do is keep any reasonable tabs of, like, oh, you still didn't take a Nexus? You can overcommit, and I actually like the decision. First upgrade for Taranak,
Yes.
get Siege Mode, absolutely.
Yeah. Even start Siege Mode
Absolutely
for
what
the
you should
tank,
do.
that's exactly what you should be doing here. He's going to be fine, as long as these goons don't just run past, which, you know, barracks is on the way. I think Taranak's going to know how to defend this. I would like to see an eBay, even though there's no DTs yet. That's kind of what you do as the follow-up here, but, I mean, Taranak just, you know, helps doing the limited minerals as well as they can. First tank comes out, I mean, before these goons even start hitting, because range is so late, like you say. My god. Yeah, you should just get like a 10 gateway, 13 cyber, and start range, then the gates if you're going to do this, right? That would be better. But I mean, that's a good number of goons.
I also don't think you do the 2 Zealots. That does slow down everything.
I would agree
You're
with
really
that.
trying to hit with the
Well,
punch, right?
as far as the 2 Zealots go, though, like, some games they'll be worth it, some games they won't. So I don't mind that so much. Okay, Taranak confirms that there's a whole bunch of goons waiting for him right there. So you're going to sit behind this wall. Not quite enough SCVs there, but if the goons start attacking, presumably more will be pulled. I mean, Taranak's already fine. The tank is already done. Robo coming up. Okay, here we go. These goons hitting only... No repair! Oh my god, is he just going to break through because he didn't repair? Oh, the goons back up at the critical moment though. What are they doing? They could have killed that. And now the tank's going to be hitting 2 at a time. Taranak barely holds. A much closer hold than it needs to be, but a hold is a hold. And McSwish must be thinking, oh, this ain't going well. But the Robo. Can you either Bulldog this or maybe Elevator? I've yet to see Elevator actually win a game.
Well, it's got to be Bulldog. 3 Zealots being made, not goons anymore.
Right.
I think you have to go for that commitment, but also, you know, that does save you some minerals. You have to get an Nexus start. Like, you can't just keep committing to this one base play. You do have to make that choice at some point. Looks like we're finally going to see a Nexus, but if this attack fails and you can't get through, and I like what we're saying for Taranak, spread these tanks out, try to make this as annoying as possible to get through. I really would like him to repair that bunker all the way. Like, just half repair.
You really should do that. Look at this Vulture sneaking out, trying to see what's going on. And I mean, it's going to be a long time before the shuttle actually gets over here. Is there a shuttle in production? Yes, there is. It's still a long ways off, and this Vulture might even see it if Pro's unlucky. I would have liked to see an eBay, though, because turret's going to be important here. But I mean, if you can get away with not making it, it's great. It's just, do you need to when you're this ahead? 9 workers ahead here. More being produced. That Nexus still not finished for for McSmush, rather. Don't tell me this shuttle's going to fly right past this Vulture. That'd be crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, he's going to miss it. Oh,
yeah,
he
but
misses
still seeing Zealots getting rallied.
Oh, well,
might be everything.
hang on. Never mind seeing. This Vulture is looking with his hands, not with his eyes. He's going to get some kills here. Every probe so impactful when Protoss is already so low. Protoss not even producing probes right now. Lays the mine. Oh, that mine. Oh my gosh. Well, it does take out the Vulture, but worth. Probably worth. 4 probes in total for that Vulture, so very good there. Not aware of the shuttle yet, but I mean, look how many tanks and stuff are here. This is very dicey for Protoss. Please repair.
Alright, well, here's the move, but it's going pretty far ahead. There's no anti-air, just the bunker. Is he going to be able to go through? Shuttle doesn't take enough damage. Dropping himself on these tanks. No repair again.
Taranak hates repair, but I think Terran has, like, barely enough. Well, I don't know. Let's see. It's actually starting to look a bit hairy for Terran. If he can just block off these units. No, the SCVs do not need to retreat. SCVs cannot be cowards. They're not probes. They're not drones. They got to fight. If you want to survive here. A Goliath comes out, which is decent against the Zealot, and it looks like Terran going to be able to hold, but taking some damage here. Okay, yeah, no. There goes the Protoss army. Yeah, it was a decent attack for Protoss for sure, but I mean, what does Protoss really have here? They have so few probes, they're not even building them. Hardly any units coming out right now. And Terran, I think, will just be able to come back even stronger here and just hold this natural. Especially if some mines get laid, because there are no observers. Nor will there be. There's no observatory.
Yeah, and I think at this point, you see how much pressure is going through Taranak. If they were being a little lax on the defense before, now you acknowledge that how committed this is, that how much you do have to actually respect this isn't just, well, I hope it works. It's like very intentional trying to go through here. Laying on some mines, just trying to get some vision.
Nice hit. Yeah, I mean, trying to get those vultures out is a good move, but you do have to worry about the defense here. Tank's not really in position still. He needs to just move those up. And man, Taranak hates repairing stuff. Look at this tank. 3 HP. Not going to repair that, I guess. Okay, the shuttle's loading. No, it's not. It's empty. What am I saying? The shuttle could be loading. But once again, this Vulture probably going to come up and kill a bunch of probes here. There's no defense for that. What's this? Isn't an observatory coming up? So there will be observers eventually, but a bit too late for these probes, unfortunately. Oh, go in. You know you want to. The scans go down. Scans the main, sees that the tech is not really that developed. This Vulture just runs right on in. That Zealot is desperately trying to chase him, but it's going to get good damage here.
Yeah, I'm still a little worried though. I mean, now you don't have the bunker Marines. That little extra DPS does kind of help out with some of the stuff. The tanks, some of them still pretty far back, so you got to be very careful how this gets engaged on. And it's just these tanks. Like, if there's a couple more Goliaths, maybe like something to kind of cause a little bit of a distraction, I think you have a better chance to try to fight this off. The goon count did get reset, but here comes that shuttle again, loaded with 4 more Zealots going on in. One turret's there, but it's not really going to help out here. And here comes that front attack again.
Yeah, but I mean, Terran has enough stuff back here, and like these Zealots are all well and good. The Shuttle and Zealots did something, but what does Protoss actually have behind this? Now Protoss has 5 goons with no observer against like this ridiculous spread tank line and mines, and there's just no way. These goons just cannot do anything. And I mean, Wisely doesn't actually lose and pulls back, but that's still not a great trade. A Shuttle and 4 Zealots for a tank, not really that great. And Vulture's coming across again. Looks like Protoss starting to respect that threat, but Terran just pulling more and more ahead here, if not in workers, at least in army. And 5 factories up now, so probably going to be able to do a big counter push here. Oh, that mine, I didn't even see it. Oh,
Yeah, that did a lot of damage. That did a lot of damage.
Alright, McSmith learned his lesson, didn't take any damage from the Vultures that time, but yes. Yeah, I think Tyranak's going to be able to push across pretty strongly here, if nothing else because of the lack of tech from McSmush. I mean, Zealot speed's going to be coming up later, but it's not started, so it's very hard to deal with this push without Zealot speed, especially losing that shuttle. I don't know if McSmush is inclined to remake it. No third base yet. I mean, if you're going to move out, you got to bring the tanks. Wait, that barracks is about to burn down! What? When did that happen? Repair! Please repair, Tyranak. If you ever repair anything, repair this barracks. 10 health! 9, 8, 7, 6,
he actively moved
5,
it too.
4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my god. What a waste. Well, he has the factories he needs. He's saying it's enough, and these goons certainly getting absolutely slaughtered by this force. Tyranak coming across. McSmush, what does he have to stop this? He's only got 3 gates. Templar Archives coming up. DTs can do the job, maybe. They are an asset against this kind of push, but is it going to be enough? The scans are ready. Not that much energy, though.
Yeah, just the 2 available. Eventually a third from the main. And we do see a control tower going down for the starport. I want that to be for a dropship. I think that'd be really
great.
great.
Base, what's the point? Like, they don't have many locations to defend. Well, look, if Protoss gets stuck in their natural like this, it's definitely going to be a bad fight for them. I mean, look at this. You can't compete with these slow Zealots. This Terran army is just going to smash this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, goons need to back up. Oh gosh.
Yeah, Terran's up 30 supply. This is not great. Like,
yeah, no,
this is not what you're looking for.
But I mean, this is what you get with that opening. I mean, okay, we talked about this, right? You don't want to be the guy who goes for the weird opening and just like the game goes really weird like this. But at the same time, if you can get yourself that smooth win, it feels good. Oh my god, that mine! Look at that mine! Oh, he scans and kills it. Okay, wait, no, yeah, he kills it. Oh my god, just in time. But there's more DTs coming. Oh, somebody dragged that mine. How is that mine not going off? I swear when it's goons, it activates from like 10 miles away, but with those DTs, it just did not want to, huh? My god. GG. I like the attempt with the DTs. Honestly, I approve of trying to do that with the DTs. It was a good try, but the situation's just too dire there.
Yeah, and honestly, that game was only as close as it was because Terranak didn't respect how strong that could have been. Like, there wasn't the repair, there wasn't taking it more seriously. It's like, if there's any more reasonable, it's like, all right, I get what you're doing, I'm gonna like be really cautious. That attack doesn't do any of the damage it does, and that looks so much better for Terranak. So I gotta see a very different game plan in game 2 from Smush, or otherwise I think we're gonna see another 2-0 for Portable Lifeguards.
You know, it makes me mad when I watch that kind of thing, because, you know, I know if it was my game and I didn't repair like that, I would die. So I'm just like, come on. Why do you get away with it? Alright. In game 2 here, in the top, no, bottom right. In the Navy again, we have Terranak, and the bottom left in the Olive, we have McSmush. So TVP here on good night.
I think this map sucks for this matchup.
Look, about what I was saying just now, you know, I guess I'd be happy if Terran loses the same way I lose. I can be like, look, guys, I'm not bad. It happens to everyone. But if they win, I'm like, no, this is unfair. Ban him from CPL.
Well, maybe that's what it was. Terranak's like, kill the bunker, I don't care. You're like, no, I need to save it. It's like it's an attitude difference, you know.
Maybe. Just too confident to live. But he did win the game, so I guess. Well, we'll see if that confidence serves him well. I mean, after winning game 1, right, you're feeling pretty good.
Alright, well, we are seeing the pylon and a fast scout off the pylon. I've never been the biggest fan of this, if I'm honest.
I love it. You know, it's my favorite thing to do. Gotta get that gas steal on 4-player map sometimes. It can be really good. But not scouting the right direction, unfortunately. Gonna find the Terran soon enough, though, and see what's going on. Look, the sooner you get a probe to the Terran base to harass the SCVs, the better, I think. If you're confident with that micro. And last game, McSmush was really going in for that, so presumably, he knows what he's doing there.
Yeah, I guess so. You're not wrong on that one. And, you do get the advantage that if you scout early, you can react. If you find the CC first, if you get that first, like if it was top left, you'd be like, oh, maybe I'm going to make these L's. Maybe I can go a little bit crazy. Well, to divert your build, like, no, I get it. Just...
But who would go CPL first in CC first in a CPL matchup? I never heard of anyone doing that. Certainly, I've never tried it and been 9-pooled. No, sir.
Well, that's your fault. You did it against Dirty Zergs. I
did it against Doodle Doodle, and I got away with it, and I still lost. So, yeah.
Well, he's a monster. So
it's true. That's true. I could have built 2 CCs for my barracks unpunished and still lost.
Up here? First scout for Terranak gets to roll on in. See, normal stuff, that is comforting, knowing it's not proxy, that middle high ground, not a bad spot to proxy, which I feel like in a lot of CPL games, people do not check that. They don't care.
It's true, and to be honest, 2-gate proxy is not that common in CPL, surprisingly. You would think it would be a common option here, especially in playoffs, but hey, it's not over. Maybe in the grand finals it'll happen. I certainly remember some finals where we've seen proxies, which have been devastating. Alright, this is probably going to come up in here. That Marine gave him like a little pat on the shoulder before he started shooting, giving him a warning. But yeah, it's not going to last too long. And so we're going to see any Zealots coming up this time. McSwish really wants to kill that SCV. That in and of itself is highly suspicious that you're chasing that with 2 probes, or even any probes at all. Oh, there is a Zealot already, right. I thought it was going to make one looking at the build, so I was confused that I couldn't find it. Okay, it's going to come up here. SCV on the ramp to slow it down a little, at least give Terran advance warning. And once again, Terran's got the SimCity. I don't expect this is going to do much. Gets a hit though.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the one, you want to just force them to make Marines, maybe they mess up their build, and you get that second shot at scouting, make sure it is the one guy on the gas, indicating that it's going to be the expansion, no crazy shenanigans, so you're not being tricked, you do know what's happening here, but someone wants to trick somebody. Look at that building being made by McSmush. Well, why play honest when you can play crazy?
Well, that was why I was trying to kill that SCV, but to be honest, if I saw 2 probes chasing my SCV, I'd just immediately be like, okay, I need to scout you again. Like, he was just giving it away. He wasn't being that sneaky about it, if I'm honest. Now, we'll see if Terranak can figure it out. I mean, so far, no reaction in that direction. But the SCV is just coming back for round 2 of scouting. And sees that this Nexus, well, hang on. 1 goon, this is the sneaky thing you do as Protoss. You get 1 goon, no range, and take your Nexus on time. So, if Terran's just tunnel visioning and looking at the Nexus like this is fine. But if they realize, well, hang on, can this get in? Oh no, it went the wrong path. Oh my god! Oh my god, this is huge.
5 health. Will the probe?
Oh, but he sees it! But he sees it! That's in his vision. He sees it.
Oh, he does.
God. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, we should see an eBay right away. But was he looking? Okay, yes, no, there's the eBay. So again, Switch looking pretty bad in the opening here right now. I don't know how he's going to make this work. Now, the thing is, you can just be like, oh, DTs, I never heard of him, and just double expand here and, like, just wait for Terran to try and do something. But the problem is, if Terran comes with, like, a 5-fac again, you're going to be very weak here. Vulture first coming up. I like it as a response here, but tanks are still important.
I mean, you got the Spider Mines, you got the eBay, just small things to get out of the way, but not really going crazy here in the Vulture. Oh, no.
This might be damage. No, go in the main. Oh, he could have run right up in the main, missed his chance. That could have been huge if he just got in and started killing probes. But as it stands, that didn't actually do anything. Just injured a goon. Very unfortunate there, but almost devastating.
Yeah, and I mean, this is only going to be the 1 DT right away. Didn't have the second gateway right on time.
Well, I think when you know Terran scouted it, it's kind of like, okay, you should just get one to make sure he can't attack, and then just expand, I think. And, you take a third here. I think Protoss is okay if they just take their third right away. The only afraid is, like I was saying, if Terran immediately gives up for a push, it can be a bit scary. No, he didn't see an Academy though, so he's not going to have energy for a while. Scans. Uh-oh. Ooh, nice mind connection. Now this is where you lift up and start attacking with the tanks. Being like, yeah, come a little closer, why don't you?
Yeah, he sees one vulture going way around, wants to get some idea. It doesn't have any mines anymore, but just still if you get some kind of read of what your opponent's doing.
Well, I can still shoot probes all day. Oh, it's not going to go in though.
Yeah, we'll see if Mixed Mush, though, what the plan is going to be. You already got Templar tech, so I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being a 2-base Arbiter.
No, he's going in. The Vulture's going in, but the DT's here to clean it up, so it'll have a time limit on it. That DT's slacking. The DT's running away too, like, oh no, he can't see me, can he? But hey, 2 probes for Vulture, not bad. Not bad at all. Oh my god, SCV! Okay, how much health is that on? It's not 8 health. 2 more attacks. Oh, I missed it, but the DT was trying to run in, but it did get killed. I was too worried about that goon. But that's predictable enough. I think, there was never really going to be any chance of that to get in. But again, Taranak very confident with just the 1 turret and the one on the high ground here. Not really too fussed about putting a strong defense. I wonder if Mixed could have built up like 3 DTs, run in with the goons, and actually run past.
I like this decision, though. Starport here, going for drops if you want to go that way. You can go for Science Vessel too, but I think if you go for drops here, especially the way these are kind of laid out, you're not going to have anything to 6 o'clock the spot. All your stuff's going to be up at the front because you have so few units to play with, given that way you opened. So definitely going to be an opportunity to kind of drop in the darkness and just run on in. You already got the Vulture upgrades anyway. But we are seeing a shuttle moving out as well, so maybe the DT drop too, just, why even walk in the middle of the map when you can just fly on over instead?
True. Well, both players going for drops, I guess. Well, maybe Terran will get the Wraith, which will be very effective here. But the thing is, the Academy here is so late. There's no scans. This DT drop could be decisive. 2 DTs loading up. A Zealot for the add insult to injury, I guess. But is this Vulture going to see it? Oh, it is this time. Man, these Vultures keep coming in this one path. Is he going to get more probes here? Oh, he's going for the main. Oh, he gets in. We'll see what he can get done here. The shuttle is heading across the map while this is going on. At least get a probe. No. Oh well. He can say he got into the main, but that's all he can say. I didn't see any turrets in the main. Could this just end the game here? The scanners are not going up either. Uh-oh. Okay, turret just starts now. He didn't really respect or respond to that shuttle until this very moment, and I think he's about to get punished pretty hard for it. Needs to bring some units back in the main as well. I can only assume Taranak was looking at his screen when that happened, but maybe that Vulture screen, but maybe he wasn't. And now it's just floating on in here. There is a turret, but that is not enough. I guess you're gonna drop the DTs right on top of it, not even fussed about the shuttle. Oh no. Okay, the shuttle's still alive, barely. Gonna take out that turret. Uh-oh.
Yeah. This is not great. There's a Zealot that you can focus on, I guess, a little bit. There's still that 1 turret on the north side, but these DTs really going in on these tanks. It is buying time for these scanners to go up, so... But still, if you get some decent damage done, we'll see if it ends up being worth it.
I mean, killing tanks alone is pretty good here. Now, it didn't do as much damage as it might have done, but I think it was still worth it for sure. Just the disruption that's supplying Terran 2. And look at the work account right now. Terran actually so far behind. Oh my gosh. Where's the other scan?
8 kills. It just finishing. It's just finishing now.
So slow. Terran pulls. Kind of awkward timing here. Turret finishing. Or is it? Oh no. Scanned. Wait, what? How do you get detectors then?
The north one.
Oh, yes. I see. Okay. Alright, well, I guess he's going to clean this up. Whoa. Oh my god. No!
Yeah, really?
Oh,
kill it!
Oh my god, okay. But that did plenty of damage. Look at the work account. The work account alone is really swinging in Terran favor. Now, Protoss does need a 3rd base here. That's all I'll say about this situation. But other than that, everything looks Protoss' way at the moment. If they can just take a 3rd quickly, get their observers up and get on the map, I think Protoss is looking good. And look, that probe's heading out. But once again, the Vulture coming like pretty much the exact same path for the 5th time. Is it going to run right into the natural again? 2 probes being sent. 2 Vultures being sent. They just need to get up to 3 Vultures. Uh-oh, the probes are outnumbered. See, it would have been a fair fight. 2 probes versus 2 Vultures. Oh, he was going to like the top right. Interesting. I kind of like that, but that will get sniped at least. So at least Terran denies one of them. And you're Terran catching up a bit in workers, so you can still play this out for sure. Trying to just power on these 2 bases, since Protoss has been a bit sluggish expanding. But here we go, the Nexus goes up in the top left. Some mines going down to make transfers harder here at least. Where are the observers? The observatory is out. Okay, there it is. It's moving across the map.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens too. Dropship did just finish. The DT did see the starport with the control tower, so I think maybe you see that this is happening, and a Wraith being built behind it wants to shut down this drop play moving forward. But We'll see if there is a reaction. It doesn't look like there's any anti-air defense in Mixmook's main, so there is an opportunity. But moving out with a big Dragoon Force, maybe to secure their own third, like the mineral one, instead of just that top left base that unsure if Terramac actually knows about. Because you chased that you chased the pro that's going to the top right, so that might have been the red herring that actually sells the top left to stay alive.
Yeah, right. Oh, I'm surprised McSwish didn't come and clear this 6 o'clock. Could have intercepted this dropship, but looks like he's going to have a clear run into the main here. Now, he's going to do a lot of damage to kind of even things out from that DT drop, but I mean, who's to say he doesn't? Turns around for unknown reasons. Never mind. Did he just see that, like, Protoss had seen him? Why did he turn around? What just happened?
He scanned the 9 o'clock, and so no base. So I don't know if maybe
fair.
He's a little bit worried.
I think he just really wanted to drop off that SCV. He realized there was an SCV in his dropship, and I guess he's not a heartless dropship captain. He's not like, well, too bad, you should have gotten off at the airport. No, he's like, oh, okay, I guess we can drop you off at the 6 o'clock. Alright, these vultures go down. Looks like they're in a pretty good spot to kill a bunch of probes. The probes going to be able to drill on them, though. Mines don't go off on probes, unfortunately for Terran. Still some good damage going down, though. So far, so good. I mean, keeping that dropship alive makes it worth it anyway, so pretty good drop so far. If he dropped kind of below the minerals, he would have got a lot more, but still, that goon, you just can't solve this problem, huh? Okay, there we go.
Ooh, SCV up at the top left. Gonna discover the base. Cannon will make sure it doesn't get in at least, but now knows about it here, and that did enough damage that Terranak has the worker lead again.
Yeah.
They do have to establish their next base. That's the big thing I think we're looking at right now. A Wraith flying around just to make sure there's no crazy things happening, but most like the wild start has been over. We're kind of in something that looks pretty normal at this point. Terranak adding on some more factories, and we'll see what they want to go for. They got the science facility and then keep their upgrades rolling, but I just want to see a third base sooner, not later.
I really hope Terranak's in a repairing mood this game, because his dropship can be very strong against this top left, because it's so cut off from the rest of the Protoss army. I mean, it looks like Terran just wants to push on the ground, is what I'm thinking, looking at this. With the science vessel out, it'd be good against DTs, of course, not that there's any left, but that's always a threat. But I mean, the Protoss army looks pretty big in comparison. I don't know if pushing across to the Protoss base is the way to go here. He's not repairing that thing, huh? I think, ooh, double tank. I like double tank here because you deal with those cannons, but how's he going to get up there without this dropship dying, low as it is? Maybe he will pull it off. But yeah, I think Terran just needs to, like, inch their way out to their third would be fine here. But pushing across the map seems very dicey. You know, with all these zealots out, zealot speed presumably going to be finished. Storm's coming up here. Looks like it's going to be the shuttle storm style. Not going to go for arbiters right away here. You know, I don't see it that much on this map, but it can definitely work. Especially if you're already a little bit ahead like this.
I like just what we're seeing though. Terranak not like really panicking. Mixed is trying to move around, covering what would be an obvious drop path over the 6, but look across that right side, that dropship moving over with the SCV discovering that top left base, and it's just a cannon. It's so easy to not notice it's been discovered.
No, I'm very sad because I can see this is going to end in disaster. Terranak's just going to fly to range the cannon. It's going to die without dropping anything because he didn't repair it. So it's a great move, but the execution is going to let him down here. I mean, I know I'm kind of predicting things that may not happen, but I feel like this is just going to run into the cannon. Look, prove me wrong.
Especially with the fraction of this move out down to the ground level as well. It is going to fly. There's that cannon.
Yeah. Well,
and
you know, Terran got a bunch of goons for their trouble, I guess. So that's something. I know people notice I moved the screen away because I didn't have the heart to see it die. But see, Terran not going for a third here. Really just pushing for the win. Kind of needs more factories with this work account as well, by the way. But I mean, so far, just absolutely splashing this Protoss army. At this rate, maybe they can just push watch and end it. You need a lot more vultures for these zealots go. That's a lot of zealots there. That's a ton of zealots, my god. And Storm's available too, so yeah, Terran wisely pulling back. Maybe go for the 6 o'clock base. Oh, the Storm drops! Well, didn't kill that much actually. One of them, oh, there it is. I was wondering for energy. Yeah, pretty good there. Well, kind of just bringing the Terran work account back in line how many factories he has. You gonna kill that though? The Wraith kind of in the wrong place. Could have been defending this the whole time. Okay.
Yeah, I think you feel a little safe when you make it. It's like, I'm going to stop drops. It's like, well, if it's not in the right spot, you're not stopping anything. Except
that Wraith's probably over there like, I'm doing my job. Man, look at these observers. This is the most observed Terran army ever.
Well, there's a Goliath or two that's going to see if that could not be true anymore. But we do see +2 weapons is about halfway done at this point. EMP Shockwave did finish, so you know there's going to be a little bit of muscle behind this. And Terranak, like, they've done enough damage. This supply count is closer than Protoss wants it to be. Ooh, another drop at the natural, though, and army's way out of position.
No turrets! No turrets guarding this. So, I mean, Protoss can just keep doing this. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, this is disaster for Terran right now. Oh, their economy is just being gutted as we speak. Now, he's trying to go for this one push to end it. The tanks siege up in a pretty forward position. His teammate should be strong here. The vultures to the side. EMPs, all the zealots actually is pretty good too. Is there enough vultures to deal with this? It looks like there may well be. I think Terran's going to crush this, but wait a minute. The shuttle and the mines. Mines in your tanks. Protoss says thanks. Does a lot of damage. Going to crush through most of the tanks there. Some of them in the back still. But it looks like Protoss has really broken the back of this push, despite losing a lot of their army. I don't know, Terran doesn't really have the economy to reinforce very much. Dropship comes out again somehow, not really sure where it was the whole time. Man, imagine if Terran had like a tank and 2 vultures up here at this moment. Like, this would be devastating for Protoss. But still, with no third base, I mean, Terran's in a rough spot anyway. Ooh.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't think most mines train these kind of really aggressively. You know, you're resetting the army, not underneath the threat.
Oh, mines.
You did a great storm drop. The mines definitely doing some big damage here. But you can see the supplies really dipping down. Is this buying time? Exposed adding on 2 Stargates. This should be the move towards Arbiter tech. And, you know, he's already got the top left. If you just killed off this entire army, reset everything, taking the top left natural should be reasonably safe.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. You just put down like 8 cannons or whatever and you're good. I mean, like you say, having just killed so many SCVs, those trade's good. Terran's still not building turrets there, by the way. And Terran...
well, it's not going to happen again. Like, he's already done it twice. Why would he do it again?
Isn't it? I think it is. Terran sent this SCV to build the 3rd, but it never happened, and that's a big mistake here. That CC could have been done. I mean, his push would have died, but at least he would have had a 3rd base behind it, but now he's still sitting here on 2 base. He's going to mine out very soon, and he can hardly afford the 3rd now. This has been a big mistake here. Now, McSmush listened to you, but he may regret it, because these vultures are coming up to try and kill this natural. They're going to deny that, I think. I don't think the Grizz will actually get here in time if they focus the Nexus. Well, okay, maybe they will, but there's no observer. But Taranak doesn't even try it. He's just like, okay, I'm leaving. I killed my 1 probe.
Yeah, and there is the base that was also taken at the 9 o'clock, so you can give that one up if you really had to.
Well, yeah, Protoss just expanding everywhere, which is what you should do when you kill the
I thought maybe it'd be Arbiters, but a fleet beacon and research some air weapons.
Where on earth is the fleet beacon? Oh, is it behind the minimap? No? Where is it? Oh, I thought these were gateways. I saw them morphing in, and I'm like, yeah, she's making some gateways, but the classic, the carriers in the second main. Well, when you're ahead, it's very strong. Honestly, carriers when ahead are just way better than arbiters. When not ahead, they can be very risky, but it definitely feels like Terran is not going to be able to do a good push at any point. And still no 3rd base, by the way. Oh, this dropship's going to run right into some goons.
Oh, maybe. Just barely dodging danger. Could be possible.
Ooh, well, he sees
are going to find the base over at the 9 o'clock.
Oh, that's a good move. Okay, so Terranak's still exerting some pressure. Oh my god, no. Ooh, okay, they're just going to keep going. Pretend nothing's happening. I can't believe this. Oh my god, if Terranak's watching this is actually so painful for Terran. Missing that could have been huge damage there. And as it is, these vultures are going to get taken out for like a pylon. Or not even a pylon. Okay, the dropship's coming in. Go. Oh, you know what? He just let them go so he could harvest them later. Now that tank's probably going to get distracted by this cannon. Let's see. Oh, you going to drop those? There you go.
There we go.
Siege is up. Uh-oh. Well, they do see it, but they can't really do anything about it. God. This is pretty good damage here. For the price of 2 tanks, pretty worth it. And you can just unsiege now. Plus 1 armor, these probes don't do that much. Well, I guess you can hit the cannons. Yeah, he just unsieges. And there's even mines here to intercept these units coming up. I mean, this is pretty strong damage here. Oh, the mines. That mine detonation is very subpar. But look, he just flies away. He's like, alright, done my damage. More mines in the middle of the map. Oh my god.
Yeah, we are seeing a lot of nice moves from Terranak when he gets kind of dug in a little bit of a hole to at least climb himself out. But all this is buying time to let carriers get online. And
round 3, Terran natural.
Yep.
And there you go. Oh, no. One got through. Oh, he does it. And look, he's just running around. Like, look, I got my kills. I don't care how many kills. 12 SCV kills. God. Terranak still doesn't have
But he does get to die the most embarrassing death, dying to a Wraith.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Look, hey, look at these tanks. First, they see the fleet beacon, which is good enough. They're not going to quite be able to kill it. See, if you had like a bunch of mines denying any Protoss units getting up here, and you kill the fleet beacon, that can be absolutely huge, but not today. Now, I was going to say, the fact Terran still doesn't have a 3rd base, you know, a lot of the time these tier 1 players, and tier 2 as well, they look very good in a lot of aspects. Well, hang on, these vultures coming in here, get a few Templars. They're going to wait. Right, let me go back to what I was saying. They look very good in a lot of aspects, but we see a lot of players let down by a lack of an instinct to expand. That's really what we're seeing here. There is no universe Terranak's going to win this game on 2 bases. And he's been able to take that base for a very long time and just has not done it. And I think this is really costing him here. And we can see his push is strong. He's sitting in a great window here because the carriers are not ready. And he's taking advantage of scouting that, but he just does not have the strength behind it. The CC just started now. The Zealots coming in. I mean, they're getting Protoss is getting a pretty good trade here, all things considered. And Templar coming up for Storms too. And imagine if, Terran had like 12 more Vultures, for example.
Yeah, but I just love you're very generous calling this 2 bases when they're both literally about to line out.
Yeah.
Like, this is a generous term, 2 bases.
Yeah, like Terran would have to be like killing the Protoss main with this to have any chance. And even then, the carriers are not there. So, yeah, it's just... Obviously, the fundamental thing in StarCraft, you just got to mine the money and then spend it, And if either of those steps are missing, you're not going to win the game. And Taranak has just neglected to expand for so long that there's no real hope here. As much as stuff as he's killing here, I'm just watching this impending freight train of carriers, and there's no way he's going to be able to afford the Goliath production to do anything about it.
Yeah, it's not really going to be in a great spot. And you can see there's goons over by that new CC. He's going to be able to stop the construction. Just anything you do to buy a little bit of time, be super annoying here for Big Smush is exactly what you're aiming for.
Nice mine placement though. Going to take those out pretty easily. Well, okay, blows up his own vultures. Those Goliaths don't really want to help today. They've got other things to do. They're watching the skies for carriers. They're too busy to help with your goons. Okay, they're going to come over, I guess, and do it. Here we go. More goons coming down from the top. Not that many mines laid. Terran is continuing the push though, and has gotten a lot done with a limited amount of units. The carriers though are still just sitting there, saving their strength. Finally starting to mine from here. Terran even needs to take another base.
The carriers are very proud. They're not going to unveil themselves before they have 8 full interceptors. Like, come on.
Okay, well, this Terran ragtag force still pushing forward. No vessel left. Oh, nice scan though. Going to see that TT. Even backs up from the splash damage. Nicely done. But I think Protoss is going to keep seeing DTs and storming those Goliaths. That is deadly. Oh, another DT coming in. Where's the scan? He's got energy? Nope, he's got it. Well, 2 DTs, 1 tank, pretty good for Terran. Why are you trying to transfer probes right now? This is not the time. Just wait 2 minutes. My God.
That's not the first time he's tried that. There's this shuttle that's doing nothing that could be loaded with probes.
Okay, all the tanks on siege. This is actually not the time to drop either. Honestly, Terran is killing so much with so little here, and it's kind of tragic. Oh, kills that too. Because Terran hasn't even reinforced this army in ages, and it's just still killing Protoss stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got the 4 carriers done. You got a 5th one on the way.
Yeah, is he actually going to use these or what? Are they just ornamental? Like, because Terran's actually starting to do a lot now. Taking out this base is actually pretty big. And, these goons are coming up, but, this is actually enough if he sieges it all up to deal with this. And I like this move in the top right. Against carriers, this is exactly what you should be doing. Just take bases all over the corner of the map, make the carriers try and move around, because moving is what carriers are not great at. Oh my gosh, he's going to clean up all those goons too. Man, you got to actually use these things. Terran's actually starting to do a lot here. Inconveniently, those tanks are sieged too close to the Nexus, so they're just protecting it right now. But Protoss sure isn't getting anything out of it. I mean, Protoss' mining is actually not that great right now. Top right, very few probes in the natural. Not that many in the main either. Bunch just still sitting at this natural. Terran's actually coming back here, despite what I was saying, that he's doomed because of lack of expansion. I mean, if Protoss doesn't actually stop him, he can still just take the map and build an army. Oh my gosh.
It is just buying time for this Goliath guy to get, because look at the supply count. Pro's barely ahead, but he's down workers, and most of that supply is these carriers that have done nothing in the top left this entire time.
Look, Terran's economic situation is still extremely tenuous, but now that this base is coming up, he's going to kind of have enough to do something. Needs that gas, though, because I think his other gas is going to be depleted pretty soon. Oh, there's 2,000 in the natural, but yeah, you need a bit of gas to make these Goliaths. So, like I said, he did so much with so little at that natural. What is McSmush waiting for? What do you think is the actual trigger in his mind, when he was playing this game?
7 carriers. 7 carriers.
Why 7?
The magic number. I don't know, because he has 5 and he's making 2 more. I'm just going to say 7.
Okay, interesting number. Normally people go with 4. I thought those were probes, those zealots. The probe's still in the natural now, not wanting to move out. Do you see those 2 mines near the natural, like near that watchtower thing? I'm worried that those Templars going to end up going over there somehow. Oh, but this top right gets found, and there's no mines or anything, which, was kind of unnecessary. You could have sent Vultures, at least put a few. This triggers Terran to actually attack to the top left. I'm not sure about that. So he really needs to keep this base alive. Even if he, takes out the top left, I don't know if he could even win without this top right base. SCV is going to do the job, though. He's like, actually, I don't need an army. SCVs are the army, but the Goliath's going to come up here too. Upgrades at +3 for Terran, which is actually pretty good here. Now the carriers, 0 armor upgrade, only 1 air weapon upgrade. These Goliaths are going to be super strong, but there's just not that many of them. Oh, the shuttle. Oh, this is actually a deadly move. I didn't even think of this. But how is Taranak supposed to stop this? Oh my god.
It's going to be pretty good, but the army is rolling up to the top left. Is this why you don't reveal the carriers? You're waiting for Taranak to get bored and attack the top left and be like, now I don't have to move them that far.
It's not a matter of revealing them. Taranak knows they're there because he scouted with the dropship. Yeah. And I assume he scanned it periodically to see if he actually made them right. Because when he scouted with the dropship, they were just Stargates and Fleet Beacon.
Alright, here's the move. 7 carriers.
I mean, that's kind of enough Goliaths, though. With these upgrades, they need to not fight cannons. Ooh, let's see how the micro's like. He needs to target carriers in this situation, I think. I don't think hitting interceptors is the way to go, but he is doing that. I think he needs to focus carriers, but he's not doing it. Okay, there we go. Starting to hit one of them, but only with half the Goliaths. So I think these carriers... Well, okay, he takes that one pretty fast. See, imagine if he stepped forward and did that from the start, because these upgrades are actually beastly for Terran, but unfortunately, just hitting interceptors mostly, and looks like it's going to get cleaned up. More Goliaths coming to reinforce, though. I mean, I don't know. Protoss, I think, just has enough.
Yeah, I mean, we can make jokes about that. It's still +1 weapons, no real upgrades, hasn't been used to carry all game. It is still a very powerful endgame unit, and it's still you still need a lot of muscle to deal with it. The way this game's been going so back and forth, trading economy, trading
shuttle
stuff,
still going around everywhere.
Yeah, no, it's pretty nice. I'm enjoying watching this. Their next economy still trying to get recovered. So it's pretty low on SCVs, but
where are these tanks coming? Why here? Anyway. Carries heading to the top right to delete that base. SCVs know their time is running out. They're like, oh god, run. Honestly, at this point, just Terran float the CC from the main. He's building SCVs from his main CC, 26 minutes in the game. 36 SCVs left. And yeah, Protoss managed to start mining at that 9 o'clock again. Here come the carriers.
Look at Terranak's resources, though. 9 gas, everything's depleted. Can't mine anything.
Any more Templars in here? Oh no! Oh my god, that kills almost every SCV there. Huge storm drops, and in the meantime, in the main, oh gosh, now everything collapsing for Terran. Desperately building missile turrets. Like, what are they gonna do? Oh my god. No, McSwish just gonna come down here and right click on everything. Well, there are some Goliaths here actually, but how many carriers is that? 6 carriers? Not that many. I mean, again, with these upgrades,
there's 2 more in the middle. There's 2 more in the middle of the map flying over.
Oh, okay. I mean, again, it just kind of looks like just enough for Protoss. And yeah, these Goliaths not microing that well. Some of them trying to hunt down the carriers. Some of them fighting interceptors. Not really unified purpose. But you see, he repels the carriers a little bit. But like, he's hardly mining. Protoss can just chip away here quite happily. Oh, what's he doing? He's going up the ramp. Oh my gosh, disaster for these Goliaths. Yeah, they're gonna get annihilated. And I think Protoss just kills the rest.
Yeah, a couple tanks did try to move over top left. Won't be enough. Terranak's gonna tap out, and that was an exciting game, but it leaves a lot of questions about both players' play. Honestly.
Well, Taranak really tried to fight back so hard. Just imagine if he took that base like 5 minutes earlier, because he could have got it like probably more than 5 minutes earlier than he did, that mineral only. He would have had so much more stuff. And yeah, I don't know why McSmush just wanted the ultimate demoralizing blow, just make him think he's actually winning or something. Like, my god. Yeah, the tank eagles as well, the +3 armor, exactly. They were really powerful Goliaths, but it was just enough carriers. But yeah, why was McSmush just like, no, I don't need them. I'm losing probes, I'm losing units, it's fine.
Yeah, I want that confidence after the way game 1 went to like stay cool.
I guess
that means we finally get a game 3, which is cool.
Yeah, finally we're here on Eclipse. In the top right, in the yellow, we have McSmush, and the bottom left, in the blue, we have Taranak.
I got big eyes of McSmush because we've played 2 games with 2 cheesy openings, and we were on Eclipse.
Right? Well, let's see. We'll see if Coach-Pupil Lifeguards can get another win here. McSmush for Korean Mechanic, Taranak for Coach-Pupil Lifeguards. I mean, we got to keep the story going of the Tier 1 dominance, right? I want to see it. Look, you can't say he wasn't confident in Game 1, building 3 gates right in the face of an SCV. Like, you're not even like, yeah, I don't care if he scouted, I'm just building it. Even though it didn't work out, it's like, well, that is confident, if nothing else.
Confidence is an interesting way of saying reckless.
Yeah, well, you know, when I'm trying to be derogatory, the word I prefer is brave. Yes.
You gotta be careful. Some people will not be thrilled if you say that one.
Well, I'm just thinking, you know, if I say we were very brave putting 3 gates down, it's like, yeah, you can see what I mean by that. Okay, but no proxy. Sorry?
Yeah. No, I was gonna just say the word. My choice for that is unique.
Unique.
It's unique.
That's good too. That's good too. Something we've never seen before. So no proxy gate, but could still be a gas steal coming up here. Although it's going to be kind of close, I guess. He's got time for it. Yeah, because Terran's going to get the 11 barracks here. Okay, well, I mean, it's Eclipse. If he doesn't go for the gas steal, he must not be too familiar with the map. No, I guess he doesn't know the meta, but Taranak just throws down the gas anyway. I mean, I joke, you don't have to go for the gas steal, of course. That's just what everyone does. But, I mean, forcing Terran to take the gas so early is pretty good, honestly, on its own. Getting this probe harass kind of makes it worth it, sending this probe so early. So, looks pretty happy with this, I would say.
Yeah, and you do, even though it's unlikely option to get the scratch some things off the list, it's not CC first, it's not gasless expand, it's not proxy racks somewhere crazy. Like, you do get to realize, like, it's what I'm expecting. I've seen the first 2 games. The one doing the weird curveball stuff has been mixed smush, and we'll see if that continues here. We're getting a second pylon before gas, so some zealot pressure will be moving through. But Eclipse is a long map that's not going to be as successful as you would want it to be, given the defense has already been good in the other games against the zealot pressure.
Yeah, I'm disappointed we didn't see that gasless expand with zealots. I think it would have been quite good here, again, at the rush distance and, forcing Terran to take that early gas slowing their economy a little bit. I think it would have been a nice move. But either way, we'll see what the zealots can get done. I don't expect much. Taranak's Marine Micro has been fine, and he's got the SimCity. It's a long way. It doesn't seem like a strong option here, does it? Especially when you've scouted what Terran's doing already. You didn't scout that he's going gasless or something. So I do question this choice. Especially game 1 and 2, not really achieving anything with zealots as well. I mean, I guess he doesn't really have any other prepared opening that he just has to stick with this. Wait, that probe got a kill? Well, that's good though.
Yeah, there's actually been a couple throughout the series, I've got to say. McSmush, pretty good doing the moving shot with the probe.
Yeah.
Definitely doing pretty strong.
Game 1, it was really intense, and I'm surprised he didn't get one in game 1, but here he is in game 3, getting every advantage he can.
Well, that probe's still alive now as this first zealot gets to roll in. The Marines are not quite in the same position we've seen before, so maybe an opportunity to get a little more damage done this time.
Yeah, this could be big. He's going after SCVs here, not going after Marines. I'm not sure the game sounds not on, but you didn't miss much. Okay, gets an SCV already. Gonna go after that Marine now. Taranak forced to micro in 2 locations. That probe thought he was a stone cold killer, but the Marine actually just shot him down. The Zealot's still on pretty good health, though, as the second one is incoming. If you can keep these alive, it's going to be very hard here for Taranak. Marines not really engaging very much. I've noticed this when Taranak was microing them. He's not good at keeping all the Marines attacking the Zealot. Tends to be just running one away, or the others are just idle and happen to be shooting it. But now Zealot's going to be hitting for 2 locations. One Marine going to fall here. Is another one going to fall? Trying to go for the micro hole. Looks like it is going to survive. But he can come over to the other side of that. And Zealot doesn't know where it's going. It needs more decisive.
A critical mistake. 2 of a very interesting building being made, and you definitely don't need that. That is gas you really do not want to be spending on this. This is really unfortunate.
It is bad for Protoss, but look in the Terran main. It's not going great for Terran either. A lot of Marines falling, but these others are getting low. So look, as bad a mistake as that is, it might just be okay here. It might be fine, because he's killing a lot of stuff. Okay, that Zealot does get taken out. He's going to kill another Marine here. Okay, looks like it's going to be easy for Taranak to finish this off now with not many Zealots left. But hey, look at the worker count right now. Cancel it! Oh, come on! Yes! Oh my god, that was so close. The closest cancel possible.
That's fantastic.
That was like someone challenged him to cancel it as late as you physically could. My god. Okay.
Yeah.
Is Taranak going to be able to scout in any way here? Because when he gets across and sees no expansion, he's going to know. But is he going to get across? I don't think so. He's getting a bunker, for God's sake. Oh my gosh. This might be a short game 3, the way this is going.
Yeah, this isn't going ideal. Now, even with things, the amount of damage that was done, you can see it's like, it just says 2 pros have been chilling in the top left for the entire time. I don't know why. But, they had their
I thought that was a pylon on the minimap.
No, that's what I thought too. I thought that was going to be where the buildings go, and I looked, it's like God. 2 probes. But everything's going pretty good so far, Rick. You did enough disruption. You should be in a good spot, and you see, the Vulture is going to move out, but because you immediately wanted to get that first tank at a fast machine shop, I think you're still trying to cut corners to catch up. We don't see spider mines yet, so there's no easy detection.
Should have had an idea just by the fact that no goon came to his base to murder him while those zealots were doing their thing, because the goon was pretty delayed, just stayed home in the ramp. Or could have gone up the ramp there as well, but unfortunately gets denied. Now, do you figure it out? Because that Nexus is very late, and you see just a couple goons. I don't know, man. It seems suspicious, and we see the eBay is coming up now. Rush distance to Eclipse is long, but I don't think it's that long. He's coming. The Cape Boy is on his way. And honestly, Terran can afford to lose so few SCVs here. They're already so behind.
Yeah, mine's getting started now, but that's going to be a while before they're actually live and ready to go, too. And you're going to be able to get in here, even the one goon just trying to be a little bit annoying. You see 2 units going out, going to make sure you can get some kind of scouting info, but that means you don't have stuff blocking anything to buy you any time. Here comes the Cape Boy.
There's no turret, there's nothing. He's just going to go for this CC, interestingly. Surprised that's his target. I would have said the tank's a pretty good target when there's absolutely nothing, but he has CVs R2, of course. Tank's going to pretend it can do something, but actually it's just fresh meat as well. Second DT comes in here, going to hit this SCV down to natural. Trying to block, you know, this is an interesting way to do it, but I don't think you can quite repair enough. And also, he's not even building a turret right there, so it's not like that was actually doing anything. And yeah, I think these DTs just devastate, even though a turret's going to finish here. I mean, they've already killed that tank. Terran has so few SCVs. Oh gosh, he doesn't even, oh no, he does get it up. I thought it wasn't finished. Yeah, this
Vulture did get in the main, but it died to a goon. It didn't get anything done to get the lay mines that just finished up, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, this is over for Terran, because even if he had detection on the entire map forever now, he just can't kill these CTs. Good effing game, says Taranak.
Good friendly game.
Friendly game, sure. And that's a win for McSmush. So Korean Mechanics keeping it going. Takes our total score to 5-3 now. Okay, well, definitely a lot more even than yesterday. And it's time for our final game here. Final game? Final set. I keep saying game.
Alright, so all I learned is Terran loses and DTs are the best cheese. Because 2 DT games won.
Sorry, were you watching this stream or were you watching like our Toaster stream or something? That's what it sounds like.
I mean, did Terran lose 100% of the series they played so far?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. There's still time. We're going to go into our last set. Val Tomato versus Kenzeki Ranko. I'm sorry, I never meant to call you that, Val Tomato. Forgive me.
After seeing that game with some wild openings, so we're going to end on Ranko? Sounds good.
Yeah. I saved this one for last. Alright, in the top right, in the grey, we have Val Tomato. And the bottom right, in the peach, we have Kenzeki Ranko. TVZ here on Eclipse. We have Kenzeki Ranko for Full Lifeguards and Val Tomato up here for Korean Mechanics. I suppose this is Korean Mechanics' opportunity to keep the lead wide. If we end on 4-5, that's as even as it can be, given that we've got 9 games. PvT is fun, says McSmush. Yeah, I bet you're enjoying yourself making 3 gates in game 1, and then carriers, and then DTs. My gosh. So, McSmush, since you're in chat, can you explain to us why you just didn't reveal the carriers till like the last possible moment?
Come on, say I was waiting for 7. The magic number.
No. Does he have a reason?
Oh, that'd be so good, though.
Well, the thing about this map, by the way, is Zerg doesn't have very good bases to take, because all the thirds you can take have 2 entrances, except the one over on the side, which has 1 very wide entrance. So Zerg can have a bit of trouble here. The long rush distance makes a stim rush harder, but also means Muto Harass doesn't hit so fast. So it's a bit dicey here. We'll see what Vartamoto pulls out, but Kenzeki Ranko is not known to play a standard game. I'll say that much. I feel like he's always going for a phase. He's always doing something that's like, why are you even doing this?
Yeah, no, that sounds like a very nice way to describe how Ranko plays. Now, do you see a barracks going up? I was thinking like
he was going to build an
maybe this. No, oh, maybe this could be the CC first I've been waiting for.
Yeah,
maybe you could really throw the curveball.
Is it really the 2-player map you're going to do it on? I mean, granted, there's a long rush distance, but really, this one?
Well, no, it's just me if you're going to like metagame the expectation. Because Eric was weird, but he's almost always aggressive.
True.
So, you know, a real curveball.
Yeah, well, I would say either aggressive or making, like, tech units. Those are the 2 options we're likely to see here. Now, no gas being taken this time, so maybe just going to go for a normal expand. You know, maybe here in playoffs, you got to tone it down a bit. You can't just be going like Sky Terran vs Zerg, for example, which you've seen. You got to actually kind of just play the meta. We'll see. We will see. Drone coming up here. I like that you're going for the drone scout. Very safe.
You gotta be true to yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, if you played regular season away, like you don't have to change for playoff.
Just said he felt like he was winning and wanted a lot. What do you mean he just wanted a lot of carriers? Just like, yeah.
I told you he was waiting for 7.
It's like what I said. He just wanted the maximum morale blow to just hit with tons of carriers at once and be like, okay, Terran, what do you got? Okay, drone trying to harass you because you see the CC coming pretty fast here. I see an SC pull. Is he going to kill this? Uh-oh. Kenzeki, you have to do something. Uh-oh. This SC's getting very low. 10 health. Repair. Oh,
Repair the other.
Well, they'll be stuck in this stalemate if it does that. And look, the Marine comes out just in time. He doesn't care about the drone. He's going for that Overlord, which he's never going to kill. That was already very weird. But he keeps the SCV alive, all as well. Sixlings coming up here. Wait, what am I saying? One's a drone. But a third hatch coming down as third base pretty fast here. So hopefully Kenzaki can figure this out based on no layer coming up. And of course, you know, you can pressure this a lot with 2X Academy, for example. Still remains to be seen what Kanzaki's going to do here. The minerals stacking up. He's going to have to make a choice, or he's going to be getting very behind with banking a lot of minerals. Ooh, Scout SUV getting taken out very quickly. That is not good at all for Terran here. You need to keep it alive a bit longer than that. You need to confirm the lair time. You need to see if links are being made. Very dicey. Now, Kanzaki really hoarding these minerals. I'm getting a bit worried here. Okay, second barracks at the natural. It's a bit of an odd spot, but okay. Gas going down. So he's going to be just 2X Academy coming up here. And I think against this third hatch is a good move.
Well, did he see the third hatch?
It's at the third base. Oh, did he see it? No, he has no idea. But if he knows what he's doing, he should know from the lack of layer. And the late gas. Just the gas timing, let's just say, is the way to say it. Never mind the layer. Yeah. Just the gas timing is what I mean.
The lanes can get in.
Yeah, it sort of slows them down, though. This doesn't block, of course, but it's kind of good enough that it deflects them. Did get an SCV kill there, but yeah, Renko going to stay alive. Yeah, this is an interesting setup. I really don't like the barracks at the natural, but outside of that, it does kind of help a bit. But yeah, the barracks really needs to be like with the other barracks. If Mulists come, this is actually going to be a nightmare. If Lurkers come, it's going to be a nightmare. It's just a nightmare. Terran's having a bad dream right now. But, of course, Genzaki Ranko is not waiting for Stim or anything like that. He's just here now with his, 5 Marines. Now, that Sunken's going to deny this completely. But, the third base, what does he actually have there? No lings are being made right now. They're being made, but they're not popping is what I mean. No backup. Oh, very unfortunate taking those hits there. If he didn't do that, I think he could have come and hit this third pretty hard. He might still if he figures out there's there. But maybe you're right that he doesn't actually realize that this is what's going on.
Well, I don't know particularly about this matchup, but would you expect the third to be there or over the top left?
Yeah, that is a difficult question. Most of the time, Zerg takes the top left, but I mean, this base is kind of equally valid. The only downside is slightly closer to Terran. But you just scout both. You just be like, okay, it's somewhere, and you just send your SCV around and you find it eventually, right? But I think he just doesn't realize it's there at all. Huh?
SCV looks like it's about to find it. So there will be a thing, but Lynx did just come out of it, so that definitely revealed that Lynx just rolling up. They're going to try to engage these Marines in the middle. Reinforcements showing up just in time to make this a little more annoying to deal with, though.
Oh, I mean, maybe just not in time. I mean, medics are pretty OP, though. Let's see. Okay, yeah, medics are pretty OP. Now he can get in here and hit this. Uh-oh. Valtamite is in trouble now. Again, I can't believe Kenzaki Ranko is, just putting his Marines here before Stim is done and, getting away with it. Like by rights, Zerg should crush that, but now he's here with his medic, and there's absolutely nothing Zerg's gonna be able to do to stop this. You can't make enough lings to deal with one medic, really. It'll just deal with that. And now, yeah, this base is gonna die. There's nothing else to say about it. The Spire is not gonna come up on time, and there's just no way to clear this with lings. Stim is just too good. Although, if he doesn't attack the lings, I guess, there you go. Yeah, no, really strong move from Kenzaki, but very brave move, I have to say, since Lings could have wiped those Marines if they were just a bit faster, and then he would have been in a really bad spot.
Yeah, but I mean, it ended up working out, and those are the kind of moves that's well, you don't do that because it's so vulnerable. It's well, if you don't punish me, it's not vulnerable at all, is it?
Yeah,
so,
well,
you can play the little bit of the weirder stuff, see if your opponent's paying attention, scouting what they should be, and getting a little advantage out of it. Though Muse are on the way here. One Marine gets to see what the defense looks like at the front. Second Sunken about to finish. So I mean, you killed a hatchery. You don't have to go crazy. You got a big advantage off that.
Yeah, but 5 racks are on the way, by the way, so Renko wanting to keep up the aggression here. And I mean, it does look kind of dicey for Zerg. The defense at the front isn't that strong. The mutas are not really going to be able to harass very much here, because, I mean, I'm looking at this, and if there was just a few more Marines, and the mutas are not here, Kenzaki could absolutely bust this. I mean, even looking at it right now, he could probably barely bust it if the mutas suddenly appeared at his base, and he knows that they're not near Faltimoto's base. He could probably kill it. And I assume Kenzaki's going to continue to reinforce here. He's not seemed the kind of guy to keep his army at home, that's for sure. Confirmed to Mutalisks. I assume he scanned the spire at some point. The turrets are up in reasonable positions, so not much threat for us at home. But I think Faltimoto very smartly is just going to stay around and harass the army. Where is he? Turret going up.
Yeah, +1's going to be finishing pretty soon for these Marines. Yeah. That might be the go button we're looking for, but the Mias are going to look to catch some reinforcements, which not a whole lot, or are you just not revealing them? We'll see what Wildman wants to do. Seems a little incisive, but looks like will go forward, see if there's a chance to get some harassed on.
Yeah, this is very risky for Zerg right now. If you show these here, I mean, we'll see if Kenzaki wants to go for it. I mean, it looks tricky. I think Terran could bust it, but it would be tough. Is he going to go for it? I guess he's not going to go for it.
Plus one's about to finish, might be waiting.
I suppose, but you can't wait too long because then the mutas might come back, more Sunkens might finish. I mean, I don't know. He's just going to build the contain. Oh, he's doing this strategy, huh? Barisu was doing this. I guess it's not fake. It's a real strategy now. Tier 1's doing it. I mean, we don't see much tech from Valtomato. I don't see any Hydra Den. How's he going to get out of this? The muta's coming. They're going to run right into this bio. Is Renko going to steer him? Yes, he does. Oh, so close to getting that one Mutalisk. Quick reaction time. It doesn't quite do it. Now, bunkers, I always say bunkers are just disturbingly strong against Mutalisks. So this position is starting to become very difficult. Valtomato doesn't even want to deal with this ridiculousness. He just calls GG. Doesn't leave the game, though. We're waiting.
This is some BM. I'm not thrilled with this.
Is that the offensive GG? No way. No, either way, whether you meant that you're losing or not, you should not be saying GG and not leaving the game. That is a no-no. In CPL and beyond, that is BM for sure. I mean, I don't know if he meant to do it, but if it's like, you know, you call GG and you're like, oh, maybe I can stay, still you shouldn't have done that. So yeah, I don't approve either. This is actually pretty rude. These mutas actually doing a lot right now. Was it the offensive GG? I sure hope not. Valtomato in chat? Explain? The bad boy. He maybe thought he did it in AC. Yeah, maybe he like, he wanted to type GG, and then he realized he wasn't actually going to lose, and then he thought he typed in AC, his opponent didn't know. Who knows? But yeah, that's bad. If we're going by like Kesper rules, you know, Kenzaki could just take the win if he saw it, but nonetheless, he's staying in the game, so the battle is going on. But now, hey, I say every game has a villain. It's been defined now.
I mean, we'll see where we're at, though. You know, the game's looking reasonably even here. And Renko does lead the...
Oh, I don't know about
they got
this.
their Rex. Ooh.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that. If the mutas are in your base, absolutely, but they're right here. Like, I don't know about that. Look, I would not say the game is even either, by the way. I'd say Terran is a really strong advantage with Zerg stuck on 2 bases in this contain. I think Terran's probably going to take this. Look at Valtomato's bank. Are we just going to see like a ridiculous number of Ultralisks come out on 2 bases here? Only +1 armor starting right now, though, so I don't think Terran's going to be too susceptible to that. Now, Terran to take a lot of economic damage. SCV rebuilding is not good. The natural is not building, so their economy is not great, but they do just kind of have the army here. As long as they can maintain this contain, I mean, they are in a pretty good position. Now, the thing is, if you go for Defiler, of course, you can kill those bunkers really easy, but will that be what Valtomato is thinking here?
Yeah, I mean, with the money being built up, I would be very surprised if it wasn't Ultras. The problem being, it's like, without the Lurkers, you got this container you're going to have to deal with. Renko can keep reinforcing. Ooh, Mutas defining it. No react right away.
Marines, you have guns, shoot! Okay, Valtomato in chat saying it was AC. And I mean, okay, that kind of makes sense then, I guess, that you typed GG and reconsidered. I will say, though, I thought we couldn't see AC in casts, and a lot of the time people GG and we don't see it, so I don't know what's going on there. So maybe maybe Renko did see it, but he didn't intend for him to see it, or at least didn't think he saw it at any rate, so who knows. Anyway, this game is
it's in the past at this point. Now,
yes.
What I am worried about, though, with skipping Lurkers, still going to have a Radiate, Ultras on the way, which you didn't really like plan with the armors to really make them really potent with the way we're going to see. It's going to take a while before they're online, but... One good Radiate, this Muta threat goes away, and the Renko could do whatever the hell they want.
At this point, is it even worth the energy, though? Because there's only 6 of them. Oh, you don't want to lose
Medics.
that. The Medic's going to heal that vessel. Yeah, there's only 6 Mutas at this point. Honestly, and a Radiate would be, like, a Terran would be, like, wasting their energy if they Radiate these Mutas at this point. Because 5 is really not that threatening. 4, even, they're ticking down as we speak. That said, I mean, what else is Terran going to try and do here? I mean, you can't irradiate Sunkens. The Ultra Cavity is on the way, but as I said, Zerg's upgrades are not great, so I don't really put much stock in these Ultralisks just suddenly winning the game. But Terran did not start +2 weapons, so you know what? Maybe these Ultralisks are great after all. Bit of a missed opportunity. Looks like he was expecting Swarm, but it ain't going to be Swarm. I want Terran to build more bunkers.
The preemptive fire bats is actually it's a pretty cool decision, but unfortunately not playing out the way we were.
Oh, he does irradiate the Mutas. Again, bit unfortunate. I feel like it's just a waste of energy for Terran at this point, but I guess... You know, something interesting about this, actually. Zerg is only on 2 bases, but Renko really hasn't gone to much lengths to confirm that. He has never scouted the top left. So, you never know. Fuzzy Branch says we can see AC depending on whose replay gets cast. Oh, I never knew that. Well, you learn something new every day. Okay. Well...
Yeah, I think maybe the move is if you kill off enough of these mutas, maybe while you got this contain up, you can start going for like erasers or something cool.
Maybe, but the problem is they will be Scourge, right? Because there is a Spire. If there's no Spire, that seems attractive, but if they Scourge kill your Vessels and like, oh, I threw away my important units. Now, these Ultralists are out. This just looks like enough bio if there's no upgrades right now. No Chitinous even. Terran about to attack, though. That is the worst possible time to attack. There's just enough Sunkens anyway, even without any Ultras. Terran's going to see this and realize they have made a grave error. They need to get out of there right now. Now, again, with no upgrades really compared to Terran, these are not doing great, but I think with how many Marines were killed by the Sunkens, these Ultras might be able to power through. Oh, well, okay, I'm wrong. They get repelled pretty easily, actually. But a bit unfortunate Terran wasted that bio there. Okay, now Terran really looking around for bases with 3 SCVs at once. I'm amazed how many Ultras Zerg can afford on 2 bases. But yeah, these Irradiate's going to be really annoying now.
I mean, Renko, even like with everything, you think you feel so comfortable with this thing. Finally taking a 3rd base, but the macro is definitely slipping off a little bit. Just gonna see, keep going off the starport production, trying to get something going.
Sneaky Ultras. Look how stealthy they are. Well, Kindness I assume is done now, yes, so they're gonna have a lot more armor than they did. They could probably take this fight, because again, Terran really neglected the +2, but they are just leaving. These slow Ultras...
Two of them are super bursts, so you gotta be careful.
True. Like, well, there's more bio here, but it's not really enough to take this on their own. Stim! You gotta stim! What are these Ultras doing? Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is the problem. Terran really needs to fight absolutely with their entire army against Ultras, but Valtamar is kind of like, okay, you can have your bunker there. I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm just gonna come across. There's no bunker at home. Oh my god, is he just gonna, like, A-move slow Ultras into him and kill him?
Yeah, there's nothing really at home. There's buildings in the way. there's your argument for that barracks.
Yeah, I mean, I always say, if someone else wants to counter the Ultras, I always say buildings, because they have real trouble getting through them, but what, 4 Marines are going to stop them before they kill this depot? I don't think so. They got their work cut out for them. Well, I say that, but actually it kind of looks like they will. Wow. Man, yeah, Ultras just have real trouble getting through buildings. Wow, I guess Terran actually holds out here, and because... if Altamano ignored the bunker, every Ultra that comes past is paying like a health tax. Oh, there's a Defiler out though. You could eliminate this bunker at any moment. But it might get irradiated. Wow. Good hold there from Ranko.
If this armor ever gets back together, these 8 medics are just dying to heal some dudes.
Okay, great irradiate's going down on the Defiler as well. Is the Swarm going to go down? No, it falls! And that Ultralist's not going to be able to do enough, I don't think, against this bunker. Only +1 Carapace still for Zerg. It's not even start. Didn't even start +2. Both players really slack on the upgrades, but Terran's going to hit +2 weapons soon enough, and then they're going to have a really strong advantage here. These Ultras are all very hurt. And man, again, this contain's being maintained. The Medic's actually pretty useful here, because they can kind of block the surface area for the Ultras. Oh, a bunch of Lings coming out, but they probably just get down. Well, let's see. Medics can't heal bunkers, so finally, Valtamano are going to break out here. Now, in the meantime, Ranko is finally getting a 3rd base here, and a 4th in one of Zerg's bases, really. But this is a lot of Ultras to deal with. When is Ultra Speed being researched? That's what I want to know.
I mean, finally we're seeing drones getting made. I've been looking at 17 drones for how long now? Jesus. Yeah. So we're on 2 bases. The Natural barely has anything mining out of it. Actually, 4 guys in gas too, so, you know, there's always little fun things happening in these games. But looks like finally that Containe's going to get dissuaded. You can see these Ultras on the map, but with no support of any other thing, I think you don't go too crazy. Maybe just try to get this next base up with an Ultra finds the turret blocking that top left, and finally I think we're seeing Valtamano take that 3rd base. What's Franco going to do from there, though? They're moving out with a very small force, which, like, you got production, just build up for a while.
Yeah, Ranko really needs a lot more Marines right now, and he just doesn't have them. Yeah, this force needs to go home. Yeah, Ranko just seems to not have very much bio right now. Honestly, that Contain was totally worth it, it turned out. That bunker, like, did a lot of work somehow. But now it is broken, so Ranko has to, like, reconsolidate, reorganize. This, like, one control group of Marines and Medics is not going to do the job. Ultras will just crush this. I mean, I guess you can irradiate some Ultralisks and then watch the Marines die, but it'd be better to keep Marines all together. Production is continuing. Scan goes down. Sees the Ultras at the natural here.
I like what, at least a little bit, what we're transitioning into, though. Valtamano finally working their Zergling upgrades, really kind of go into that big, just melee unit kind of style.
On the way. Look at those irradiates. Yes, he lost one, but oh, this is brutal for Zerg, honestly. Only killing 2 vessels. I mean, okay, 2 vessels is not bad, but this is damage for sure on these Ultras. And they're still slow Ultras. He is never going to get Ultra Speed, is he?
He's just getting link speed now, man. Speed's not important, you know?
+2 is finished for the Terran, by the way. This hidden base, though, as if Zerg isn't going to find this. Come on. Zerg will send a drone sooner or later, right? How is Kenzaki Ranko even trying this? This is crazy.
I don't know what you're expecting. What player do you think he is?
True, true. Alright, Marines coming across here. Now, Zerg finds this third base. That one Ultra heading down there. You're not going to kill that with SCVs, but Terran like, I don't care, I'm just going to go on the offensive. And I mean, I think Terran could crush this third. There's not enough Ultras here. Zerg has been dumping all their gas into Scourge, trying to deal with these vessels, but it's just... It means there's nothing on the ground here. Now, that one Ultra, that one slow Ultra is lumbering towards the Terran third, and there's nothing to stop it. But at the same time, can Zerg hold their third?
Yeah, I think the Zerg one's probably more important here. Ranko's got plenty of SCVs. He's got this other shenanigans base, and even if like, you lose that one, he can
yeah. It's not his fourth base, it's his shenanigans base. Again, a small number of Marines going to come over, and this Ultra is pretty bruised. Probably going to be able to clean up, especially with the armor upgrade, and also the Marines absolutely shredding these Ultras with +2 now. Oh, I tried to select it for upgrades, but it was already dead. GG. Looks like it's GG for real this time.
Hey. But still, good on Ranko. He had a good lead from the beginning. You know, that contained did so much work and didn't like allow anything crazy to happen. You know, I think there's things we could have saw that would have went a little bit better, but like in the lead firmly from the beginning and played it out pretty cleanly all the way through.
Yeah, it was interesting with the bunker and the turret. I'll say that is a very weird thing, but yeah, for sure. Bugs in chat just says was okay game. Wow, he's bringing us down. I think it was a good game.
There was no lurkers, tons of ultras. Ultras are sweet. Like,
yeah, I mean,
yeah, come on.
Slow ultras running around is pretty fun, actually. All right, here we are in game 2. If OBS will oblige, there we go. In the top right, in the white, we have Val Tomato, and the bottom right in the magenta, we have Kenzaki Ranko, currently up one game in this best of 3. Here we are on good night. Can Ranko take another one for Football Lifeguards, or will Korean Mechanics be victorious again? We'll find out. It's game 2. Could be the last game, depending who wins.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I wouldn't mind seeing another game on Eclipse. I think Eclipse ZBT ends up being really fun, but you got a weird map. Expanded can be a little bit of a pain in the ass, and Ranko is a bit of a wild card. This could go a little bit all over the place. Is there any kind of like little pet aggressive builds you think would work out particularly well here, or just...
Well, of course, there's always the 8 racks in the middle of the map. That's always an option. The 1-1-1, of course, is a thing, but I don't think Ranko goes in for that kind of thing. The Vulture drop. I'm just listing off builds here, not necessarily anything Ranko might do. Look, after that one game where he built like 3 barracks in his main, like, and just attacked with basic Marines, I don't know what to expect.
That seems reasonable. Now we do see depot up at the front, so
yeah, definitely going to expand here.
Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable. I would like to see a little bit of a tech opening, but I think Ranko is that kind of I want to make Marines kind of dude.
Yeah, for sure. It's not that he doesn't like tech units. He's just not going to go for a mech transition here. Mech composition here, that's for sure. But again, it's going to be a 12 hatch as well. Yeah, the ARAX in middle map is a bit risky because if your opponent's going pool first, you just straight up lose. Whereas you can do the ARAX in the wall. It can be a lot stronger because you can wall off if it's a fast pool. It's actually quite good. But anyway, none of that happening right now. Both players just happy to go with the macro opening. Ranko, fortunately, going to get the first scout here. I don't know why it's such a last.
Well, you say the macro opening. Look at the money build up. Will this be the legendary CC first?
Oh, I didn't realize he didn't have a barracks. I guess you're right. He scouts the hatch first, so nothing to stop him. Oh, I had no idea. Alright, here we go. Nice. I can't believe I didn't even notice that. I was just looking at this SCV going across the map. I wasn't even looking at anything important. Now, so going for a pretty fast 2-hatch build here.
And unfortunately, first scouts it. That's tragic. That's Ranko.
Well, I mean, Ranko should still be fine here, although he hasn't started his barracks. I'm not really sure what the hold-up is. His SCU is not in position, and this is actually costing him... Yeah, no, this barracks being late is actually a big deal with this build. But the thing is, you can do a link-proof wall very easily here, so there shouldn't be any chance of death. Unless he just never builds the barracks, which I'm still waiting on. Oh my god. Well, if the links kill the wall by like 5 seconds, you know why. Because that barracks is a lot more than 5 seconds late.
Well, also that CC got delayed for not a significant amount of time. Like that was what 10-15 seconds.
Yeah.
So that first scout did yield dividends. Pool about to finish up here. See where Valtomato wants to go. If you're going to make a lot of lanes, try to put the pressure on. You see 2 bashes being made. So I think put a little pressure on. You know that things got delayed. See what you can do. Is this link tight?
Yes, it is. Depot above fits like a glove. So there you go. So, yeah, there's no way he can kill him here. I like getting 4 lings, just, you come hit the wall a bit, maybe make sure they're getting what they need to get, and also just kill this SCV. Now, I'm wondering, I don't really know the correct response for Zerg here. Do you go for just a third base immediately, or do you just kind of play like nothing happened? And just accept stuff?
I feel like if you're wanted to be a little bit aggressive here, you want to put the pressure on, how to lay everything got. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. Lurker.
We're talking about confidence. We're talking about confidence right in front of his face. He's like, yeah, I'm going Lurker. What are you going to do about it? He doesn't even care. And it is an eBay first, which I am very surprised at here. You need an academy here. Is Ranko going to have time to get the scans, get the stim, get the range and all that before this is hitting his wall?
Well, we saw this last game, which I don't know how confident he was about the third base opening, but I think last game he did get the eBay and actually start +1 pretty quickly a long time with the academy.
Oh yeah, but he definitely got the academy first. It was very
he definitely got the academy first. But I think that, if you're reordering things, maybe he doesn't feel like that off base doing it. So we'll see it. Ooh, look at this fast Queen's Nest. Oh, what the fuck are we looking at? I love
this is going to be a Defiler rush. So
yes,
I'm going to contain with lurkers and then swarm into the main, or swarm into the natural and then the main. So.
Will this SCV be able to see it, though? 4 legs, not really in position to stop it.
Well, it's mineral walking anyway. It doesn't even care. He sees it. I mean, you see this is Terran. You kind of know what's going on. Now, it's not recommended by any good Terrans, but when I see this, I like to build up, fire bats and tanks at the front and drop elsewhere. Because, you can sort of deal with Swarm like that. Only sort of. It doesn't really work, but it sort of works.
I mean, that makes enough sense to me. We'll be sure. Upgrading infantry armor, I like that. It does give you a little more bulk against the lurker, yeah.
He's going to need to get a bunker, though, and he's sure he's going to need an academy. Why does he not have an academy? What? There's no academy on this map? Oh, I was looking at the Zerg base thinking everything's going fine at the Terran base, but Ranko refuses to follow your rules. He's moving out with his Marines. No stim, no medics. No academy even on the way. Maybe he's just going to go straight into mech somehow against these lurkers. Is that a thing you can do? But then why would you get him +1 armor? I don't even know what to say. This thing's going to come across and be like, oh, there's no units.
If this attack goes well, you're never allowed to say Marines are bad at any capacity.
There's no way these Marines could kill this Sunken. If you have an AI that's been training for 1,000 years against itself, you cannot micro those Marines kill that Sunken. It's not possible. So, no, it ain't happening.
Yeah, but every little bit of damage here I think matters. You can see did take 1 shot from the Sunken. This one Ling being a little bit.
There ain't gonna be any medics to heal these, are there? He needs some bunkers, man. Who even needs defilers? You're just gonna run across with lurkers. You have no stim, no medics, no scan. The lurkers can just leapfrog their way in, and basic Marines cannot do anything about that. Interesting. I kind of like how he's doing this, going up to his tech so fast and ignoring bio for now. But he is gonna need bunkers. Okay, bunker goes up. Where is it? Wait, where is it?
Is Wraith the answer to the Dark Storm? That doesn't seem like the answer.
Actually, you'd be surprised. Against the Defilers, it is actually a thing. You just snipe them as they try and cross the map. And of course, they can cast Dark Storm for themselves, but it's going to take them a long time to Dark Storm all the way across the map. So it is an option. Again, I still really want to see a bunker here, though. I think Valtomato committing a mistake not by just attacking with these lurkers, because there wouldn't be much Ranko could do about it. The bunker on the mineral line, I think it's an anti-drop bunker, although I don't know how it stopped being constructed right here. I think Ranko's being he's only going to drop. He's never going to attack on the ground, but that is not what we're seeing here. I think with the Defilers, he will come across, and then this is a ridiculously fast Defiler rush. But Valtomato out of gas to get the Defilers themselves. Starts consume at least. I really would like to see him get the contained position, though. You want to be right in Terran's face, so they have no space to micro back against the what do you call it, Dark Swarm. But hey, this Wraith, I guess it is the answer, because if you supply block Zerg, they can't make any Defilers, right?
Sure. That seems reasonable.
That's literally what's happening right now. He can't make any, and the Overlord's going to continue to die. Okay, these Hydra's going to stop that, though. Yeah, you can't even kill it. You have to run. You can't even take that one more shot, because Wraiths are just so weak. Alright, the Lurker's coming across now, though. And again, do you even need Dark Swarm here? I don't think you do. This is a lot of Wraiths. I mean, a lot of Lurkers, sorry. One Wraith is a lot of Wraith.
This is not fantastic. Science Facility is about to finish, so, maybe get your detection soon enough. One Marine dying for the cause. Almost. No. That armor comes.
No, he doesn't want to do that. Okay, this siege ain't going to be able to hit these, but again, I feel like if Ranko just kind of ran in. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, well, let's see. Let's see. Nice spines going in so far. No stim on these Marines, but they're kind of doing the damage anyway. But yeah, that's enough lurkers. They just brutalized them. Although it might be barely enough. I guess he's going to clean it up. Okay, stim did finish there. I don't know. It was pretty hesitant engage from Valtomato. At first, he kind of just burrowed and ranged the tank. I feel like that could have worked, you know? I was saying go and do it, and then he dies, and I feel like I've said the wrong thing, but I don't know.
No, I think if you do it quicker, it definitely it should be okay. And the other big part is that armor really actually saved the day.
Oh, yeah. It's good.
Definitely made a huge difference.
Yeah. And well, what if he just attacked, like a 2 minutes earlier before, like, Ranko was ready with all this bio and stuff? Well, chipping away with this Wraith. Oh, it's still alive. Okay, and now Ranko can get out here and deny Defilers come across. The 3 Defilers come out. There's 3 Defilers for 2 Lurkers. Vessels would be good now, because the thing is, if you can irradiate all the Lurkers, you don't actually care if there's Dark Swarm. And there's not many Lurkers. Okay, Ranko needs to intercept this attack, but it's kind of going to the right. Ooh, let's see. Okay, no, it is going to hit the Terran army, which is exactly what Terran wants here. Scan? No, he spent his energy. Oh, he's out of energy here. Unfortunate. Vessel is out, but it's not helping. Vessel is taking a break right now.
Ooh, Defiler get caught by some Marines, though.
Yeah, that's a huge pick-off, but he does have 2 more. You only need 1 at the end of the day. He needs to position his army. All his units are in the wrong place. They're all just hanging around when they need to be blocking this directly. What are these Marines trying to do right now?
Well, I mean, also think about, like, what's out here. 2 Defilers, 2 Lurkers. What are you consuming?
Good question. Although he has enough energy for 1 more. Oh, hitting that Defiler. A few Firebats would honestly do the job, because there's really not much from Valtomato. Irradiates another Defiler there, nicely done. And yeah, I mean, with these tanks, it looks like Ranko going to be able to hold. Going for the attack, which I think is quite unwise with 1 Marine. But I guess he'll trade it. Tanks continue to be produced. No, they're not in place. Valtomato, GG. And that's it. He realized he's not going to break through. Ranko takes it 2-0. In truly weird fashion. I have to say, he didn't disappoint. We've seen weirder, but that was pretty out there. So,
yeah, that's pretty fun.
As we hoped, evens it up as much as possible. 5-4 Korean Mechanics to Pupil Lifeguards. Okay, so Pupil Lifeguards really had a resurgence here in Tier 1, winning 4 out of 5 matches. That's actually crazy. Wow. Things are so divided on the tiers. Alright. That was all that's going to be I have for the cast today. I was Neblime, this was Sate Zero, and there'll be more community casts this week. I can guarantee it, because if other people don't do them, I will. So stay tuned. Match of the Week will be back next week with semis as well. There's a lot of CPL content coming. We're going to do our best to cast every single game. Thanks for joining me, Sate Zero.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to be doing all of the playoffs. They will, like, timely as much as we can, but we are not skipping anything that happened in playoffs, even from round 1. So Don't worry, you're not going to miss anything.
Alright guys, thanks for joining us. See you next time.